hosting the Wildcats of Westerville South in week number 4 here on the CW Columbus. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Friday Night Rivals on the CW Columbus. I'm Randy Reinhart. The football professor is on sabbatical, so filling in is the legendary former head coach at New Albany, Pat Samanich, and welcome, Pat, to FNR.
Randy, I'm honored to be here. Let's play some football. Let's go.
All right, let's talk about the matchup tonight. It's the start of OCC Capital play. When you take a look at the combatants, you've got Westerville South. They are 2-1 on the campaign. They are coached by Matthew Christ in year number 6. Plenty of talent on this team, and one of the guys to watch for is the running back. His name is Nasir Phillips.
Randy, number 21, only a junior. Nasir Phillips is a fast and physical downhill back. He averages 6.7 yards a carry. Look for Coach Chris to feed him the ball tonight. And
they lost to Darby last week, and they're 3 yards in a cloud of dust from Darby, 31-14. On the other side, it is Dublin Scioto, the Irish, coached by Carl Johnson in year number 23. They are 0-3, but they lost one game in overtime, one game by 3 points. They have a guy in offense that will be the catalyst for their team tonight. He's the quarterback. His name is Bison Arthur.
Bison Arthur, a senior, first-year starter. Coach described him as a dual threat, strong arm, powerful runner. He averages over 200 yards plus a game for the Irish.
And they lost to Berlin last week by a count of 10-7. South leads the series 10-6. Are you ready for some football?
I'm ready.
Are you ready for some football? What a matchup we have tonight. It's the Wildcats and the Irish. It's all right here. Courtesy of the Central Ohio Toyota dealers, presenting Friday Night Rivals, is also presented by Columbus State Community College in one place on the CW Columbus.
Hi, I'm Jim Goodall. It's the third week of high school football, and for the third time in a row, Friday Night Rivals has a great forecast. 82 degrees at 7 o'clock, 77 at 9. It's dark by 9 o'clock now. Isn't that sad? By 11 o'clock, when these games get over, it'll be 72 degrees. Just reverse these temperatures, and you got the numbers for the Buckeyes game tomorrow.
Jim, thank you very much, and welcome back to Dublin Scioto High School. Westerville South won the toss. They've deferred, so Dublin Scioto will open with the ball, and the Irish will go from right to left on your screen as final moments for warming up here in week number 4 of the high school campaign. And by now, when you take a look at it, Pat, we're talking about league competition in the OCC Capital. So the precursor, or the preview, if you will, the first 4 weeks now leading to this, and you've got league competition. As a coach, how did you prepare your team for something like this?
It's a fresh start, and I think obviously Dublin Scioto is really looking forward to that fresh start. Both teams in the OCC Capital, both 0-0, trying to get that first league win. So the league title is available for both teams, and they're going to go after it starting tonight. And
we're just about set now for the Buckeye State Bank kickoff. Start enjoying the benefits of banking local with Buckeye State Bank. Get started today by visiting joinbsb.com. Quentin Sheets has it ready to go, 6'2", 180, and a senior. It's also their punter, too. In fact, both teams have guys that do the punting and kicking off as well, too. Quentin is a guy that was in AP Physics last year with Coach Christ and said, hey, I think I'd like to find out more about kicking, and hooked up with not only Coach Christ, but Brad Robbins, the South grad, now at Michigan, a man who plays golf and volleyball, and Quentin Sheets, and he's been an outstanding addition to this football squad with his kicking prowess. And the Irish with twin safeties back deep. As Jim Goodall alluded to, a gorgeous night for high school football here in week number 4. Good crowd as well, too. If you're in the area, drop on by. You can always catch us on line as well, too, when you're sitting in the stands. And we are underway, week number 4 here on the CW Columbus. Kick is high, it is deep, and it is not coming back. We're going to bring it out to the 20-yard line for a touchback, and that's where the Irish will start on offense. And actually, no time should have clicked off the clock, but we'll see what happens here, as it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line with Bison Arthur running the show for the squad from Dublin Scioto. 6'1", 195, and a guy that, as you alluded to in the open, Pat, he's got a good arm. 52 of 98 passing, 420 yards, 1 touchdown, but 4 picks. And they'll look for some strength in the offensive backfield next to him as well, too, as you see the vital stats on one Bison Arthur. Ed Worthen is back there as a running back, and Dakota Dentzel as a slot back as well, too. We'll see what look they start with here on this first down play. And right now we see it is Dentzel in the backfield. We can alternate between those two guys. And we've reset the clock. 2 seconds of your life have been added back on. The 2 wide at the top, 1 to the bottom as well in this set. Also wing to the bottom of the formation here on a 1st and 10 for the Irish from the 20-yard line. And they'll keep it on the ground, and they'll get nothing, and they'll like it. Brought down right around the 19-yard line. Dentzel on the carry, and he finds very little there. Dakota looked for a gap, and off the right side, found nothing. He's got 16 carries for 64 yards. Here's your safe flight starting lineup for the Irish. And you got to look for some offense from Uriah Moore on the outside. Also, Drew Baldwin is the 2 wideouts as well, too. On this second down play, they'll take it to the outside and get it across the 20 up to the 21-yard line, and that's about it. Some good size in the line at 240, 242, 230, 205, and 315. Tristan Art, the biggest guy in the line. If you look at big number 5 on your screen, that is Aaron Weeks. And he'll have it up to the 21. It'll be 3rd down and 9 from there for the Irish as they pick up the yardage they lost plus another one. They'll go with 2 wide to the bottom of the formation now in this 3rd down play. They'll change up their looks quite often here tonight. Again, they're still looking for that elixir on offense. They've been close twice. Come up short in overtime and by 3 points last week. Arthur looking, wanting to gun downfield, and it's a jump ball scenario at the 45-yard line. Pass incomplete on the play, intended for Drew Ballman. And the coverage on the play by Jalen Wheeler. As you check out that safe light defense, you see Wheeler in the backfield, and that is Jalen. His brother Jordan also back there. Good linebackers. In fact, plenty of experience here with Shoemaker and Hanna and Rhodes McKee and Goff, all returning starters. Good size up front, too. You look at Baker inside, low, bit of fire plug, 5'9", he goes 240, and a junior, and Furman, a guy. He's got a great motor at defensive end. So punting situation now for Ethan Ships, averaging just about 31 yards a punt. And it's going to hit at the 47-yard line and not go much beyond that point, as Wildcats on the first possession will have great field position. Pat, some 114 into this contest.
Randy, really nice job there by the Wildcat defense. You couldn't script that any better, going 3 and out. Interior run, the big fella inside 52, Zay Furman, did a nice job of blocking it up. And then on the outside perimeter, South runs the ball very well and tackles.
There's a leader in offense, the signal caller in Dominic Bertha. You can see his numbers so far in the campaign. A guy that can also run the football, too, although when you talk to Coach Chris, he'd prefer he'd not run it that much, because that's normally a sign of things not going well. They'll start with a back in the backfield to the right, and they'll hand it off, and Nasir Phillips will churn his way up across the 48-yard line. Pick up about 3 on the play for the 5'8", 195-pound junior. And here's your safe flight offense now. Kielmeyer, his dad Trevor played at Westerville South as well, too. They've got some speed on the outside, too, with Penn, who's just a sophomore. And the Wheeler brothers in the slot as well, too. Good size up front. You look at Craig Horton in the offensive line, 3-year starter at 6 feet, 255. They picked up 3. They need about 7 more now, so we played about 145 of the first. And it's Phillips again. He's got a gap off the left side, and Nasir's got the first down inside the 45-yard line, down to the 43. They like that spread offense, but they have so many variations. They go 2x2, 3x1. They can go empty and even have a 2 tight end set as well, too. So Michael Tobin does a great job of that offense. And a quick pop as you look at that play one more time to near side. As back to live action, they throw it out into the flat, and it's complete on the play to Jalen Wheeler. Wheeler gets it down to right around the 40-yard line, so pick up about 3 on the play. And here's the defense. Alex Place has run it for a number of years. It's a 4-3 set now as you look at the guys up front. Tanner Kish, a guy that's really come on. Ashton Wilson plays on both sides of the football. And good experience at linebacker, too, led by Olivia Tui. So mark it at the 40. They picked up 3 on that first down play. Now they change the sticks to second down. And nothing fancy this time. This is just off tackle pat on the right side, and Phillips has got another first down.
Yeah, Nasir Phillips did a nice job squaring up his shoulders and really attacking that right side.
And I wouldn't say this is no huddle. I would say this is no breath in between plays. They're rapidly up to the line of scrimmage again as you look at Phillips off the right-hand side for a nice gain of 9 and enough to move the sticks again. Another Home Appliance Solutions first down from the 31. Steady dose of Nasir. And this time it's shut down after a gain of just a couple. So it'll be interesting to see. When you look at the Irish defense, they've done a good job of sacking the quarterback. They've been able to pressure quarterbacks in prior weeks, but with these quick-hitting plays so far, they haven't put much pressure on Bertha.
Yeah, Dublin Scioto has a great reputation. Their front seven playing aggressive and physical and fast, and Carl Johnson's got them playing that way this year.
We'll pick up about 3. We'll call it second down and 7 from there now, from the 28-yard line. And Phillips again, he started left, then went right and moves the pile inside the 23 down to around the 22-yard line.
Yeah, nice job there. You could see Phillips didn't seem like he had too much to go on the counterplay, but once he squares himself up, he's always falling forward and delivering a blow there. Fast and physical.
So a gain down to the 22-yard line. They need one more with 8:10 left to go in the first quarter. First drive by the Wildcats, and already deep in Irish territory. It's been a short field for them to traverse as they got the ball just past the 50-yard line. Again, going with one back for Bertha in the backfield. It's Phillips, almost leaned too soon. Needed one and got maybe 2, and we'll move the sticks again for another Home Appliance Solution first down just inside the 20-yard line. As they've entered the Bath Fitter Red Zone. Transform your bathroom in one day. Get started at bathfitter.com. 1st and 10 with the nose of the football just inside the 20. Good defense by Elliot Bennett and the crew there trying to make it happen. Bennett along with Dio Olabatui and Jackson Waldrum, the weak middle, and Sam linebacker respectively. They slide across. We got a flag on the play, and that's Phillips, and he's going nowhere this time. Bent back at the 23-yard line, but we'll see what the hanky is about because good pressure there by Moore coming up from the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you're definitely going to want to see, obviously, is how clean of a game can this be. Both teams are coming off a frustrating loss last week. They're going to want to clean things up.
Casey McKay.
Illegal shift. Offense. Penalties declined. Second down.
Casey joined by a crew of Shelton Stanley, Tim Childs, Darren Hess, Al Wu, a late replacement, and the center judge, Jake Sullivan. Do you like the addition of the center judge, adding another official out there, Pat?
It can't hurt. Obviously, more eyes, on the plays, and most importantly, keeping our guys safe is the most important thing. But as a coach, we might have different opinions at times.
There you go, with Moore and company making a hit, a loss of nearly a couple on the play. Second down and just about a dozen from back around the 22-yard line now. And off the left side, they'll take it, and there's a gap, and they're going down the sidelines, turning inside the 10 into the 5, and taking it into the end zone. Ethan Hanna takes it in for the score, and it's another Ramos Roofing touchdown. For a free estimate on your roof, call or text 614-761-ROOF. And Hanna, in his 25th carry of the season, now has his second touchdown.
Randy, take a look here. Number 22, Ethan Hanna. Coach Chris called both of these guys thunder and lightning. All of a sudden, 22 comes in, puts his foot in the ground, gets behind big Trey Rutherford, takes it to the house.
He had 13 carries against Westerville Central for 60 yards and a touchdown, and they get first blood in this one as Sheets is on now trying to go 7 for 7 on point number 7 on the campaign. A gorgeous view on a gorgeous night here at week number 4. Snap, kick, plenty of leg, and a little bit of a hook action there, but still cleanly over the upright. And we played just about 5 minutes of the first stanza, and it is now 7-0 in this contest. And we step aside now for a word from our friends at Toyota.
With over 50 million sold worldwide, what does Toyota Corolla do for an encore? It evolves to become more powerful, more connected, and safer. It becomes more efficient with an available 52 mpg hybrid. And now it becomes more versatile and capable of taking your adventures even further. The new Corolla Cross with available all-wheel drive. The first ever Corolla SUV. Toyota. Let's go places.
You know, Pat, sometimes you can focus so much on one person, Phillips, and then all of a sudden a guy like number 22, Hannah, comes in, gets the handoff, takes it 22 yards. There's your Kitchen Saver scoring summary. And you can get a dream kitchen in under a week with a free quote at kitchensaver.com. But you key on one guy, and all of a sudden somebody else steps to the forefront and makes a big play.
Fresh legs, puts his foot in the ground, and Hannah just takes it to the house. But really impressive start by Westerville South overall. Defensively come out, playing fast, force a 3 and out for Scioto. Like you talked about, Randy, got a shorter field because of the punt, and then just do a march down to 9 plays. Inside zone, outside zone, and a little bit of counterplay. And all of a sudden the Wildcats, just like Coach Chris dialed it up, 7-0.
Perfect example, too, of you can shut them down, you break one big play, and all of a sudden you dent the scoreboard for the first time. So,
yes, sir.
Sheets has it teed up from the far hash, up 7-0 early in this one. And there's the boot. It is high, and this time we'll have a return, and it's going to start from the 7-yard line. To the 20, and out to around the 24-yard line on the return of some 17 yards. Chavez Thompson will take it back some 17 yards. And with 7:04 left to go, it's the second possession now for the Irish on offense. And we alluded to this earlier too, Pat. You know what Bison Arthur can do, but right now you're looking for that complementary package, I think, around him on offense. If your head coach Carl Johnson and offensive coordinator Jason Rice.
Yeah, Randy, you can tell he, as Coach Johnson talked about, he's happy with his unit up front. And if you recall on that first series on the pass play, Arthur had all kinds of time. Getting that run game going, you could see trying to figure it out whether it's going to be Denzel or Ed Worthen, number 45, going. That's where the Irish really need to establish something right now.
Denzel is the back behind Arthur on this first down play. And there's nothing there. Great job by the Westerville South defense to shut it down. Big number 73 on your screen coming around to make the hit on the play, and that is Liam Gubernath.
Oh, Gubernath, great job with penetration, using his hands well. Great takeoff off the ball. And then number 8, the sandbacker, Drew Goff, cleaning it up. Nice job defense.
Gubernath, the guy that starts on the right side of the offensive line, also getting plenty of time here on defense. Arthur with pressure, looked left, now tuck and throw, and almost looked like he hit somebody in the back there around the 22-yard line. So it'll be third down. Right now the Irish offense just trying to find that sense of sync, if you will, here.
Yeah, that first series, trying to get a couple just quick throws to the outside. Again, both teams running a spread offense. Get your athletes in space and see if they can make plays.
And the 6'1 senior Signacaller, who comes back in there, got injured in summer baseball back last year. Now has a third down and a dozen for his team. Quick pop, pass is complete, out across the 32 near the 33-yard line. And that's enough for the first down into the arms of Moore as Jariah makes the catch, and that'll move the sticks now for the Irish.
That was a nice comeback there by Jariah Moore. Push the corner deep on a fade, break down, get your feet, get out of your break, snap the head, good ball.
Picked up 13, and they're back to live action here on a Home Appliance Solutions first down, and not a whole lot there off the left side. Well, he tried to work himself free, but he could not find the corner. Could Arthur was waiting for him as big number 23. Did a good job of playing the man on the outside, too. You could see Dylan Shoemaker there. Pat just waiting to see what option Arthur was going to opt to take there, and he decided to tuck and keep it, and a good job by Dylan to make the hit. 13 solos, 1 assist, 1 tackle for a loss for the left side linebacker, who's just a junior. Loss of a couple, they need a dozen now on second down. Middle screen. Need an extra block in the middle there. They get it up to around the 34-yard line for Dakota Dancel, and that's about it on the play.
Randy,
nice
I like the play call there.
Rhodes McKee,
Yeah, I like the play call. You got an aggressive defensive front by Westerville South to try and slow them down, slip in a screen. But Great South does a great job tackling at the linebacker, second and third level with the safeties.
-2, now they're +2. They need 8 more, though, to move the sticks with the ball at the 35-yard line as we're approaching 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter, with South getting that lone tally on the run earlier in this first quarter by Ethan Hanna. To his right goes Arthur. The pass caught at the 40-yard line. Short gain on the play, not enough for the first down. They'll pick up about 5 in the person of number 5, so it's going to set up a 4th down and short after the catch there by Aaron Weeks.
Yeah, really nice job there defensively by the outside linebacker, Dylan Shoemaker. You've called his name. And then strong safety, Preston Penn, only a sophomore, 6'2", 195. Very athletic, coming downhill, and Coach Chris talked about it early on in the week. He doesn't look like a sophomore.
And a two-way starter to boot, too, as is the younger Wheeler as well, too. So South starting a couple guys that are sophomores, and not only on one side, but on both sides of the football. Ethan Ships back out there for his second punt in this contest. Beautiful, high, hanging punt inside the 15-yard line, and it's fumbled there, scooped up and around the 3-yard line. And it's going to be poor field position for the Wildcats back at the 4. So the Wildcats get it back, but they're about 95 yards away, up by 7 here on the CW. Watching Friday Night Rivals is easy and convenient. Every game is streaming live on the ABC6 News app, the ABC6 YouTube page, the CWColumbus.com, and of course right here on your television. And it's all powered by Kroger Great Lakes Distribution Center. Well, Jordan Wheeler with a little trouble on that return there, Pat, and they're backed up are the Wildcats at the 5-yard line. First down from there.
Yeah, Ethan Ships, the punter, number 18 for Dublin Scioto, absolutely hammered a beautiful high spiral, turned it over. Tough to catch.
Is the wind a factor tonight?
Down on the field and the flag looking right now, looks like we got a nice, calm, beautiful evening night here in Dublin.
Well, we have a nice fan going in the press box as well, too. They keep it on the ground, and that's Phillips off the left side, churns the legs out to around the 7-yard line before he's brought down on the play.
Rain, it's impressive. It doesn't look like much is going on there for him, but all of a sudden you look up and it's a 4-yard gain. Phillips does a nice job of just pounding the legs, giving nothing but shoulder pads and knees.
Yeah, the ball goes from the 4 to the 7, so they pick up about 3. Big stand defensively for the Irish here early in this contest.
Important, especially with field position. This is an opportunity to get your offense back there with the short field.
Dominic Bertha, returning starter as just a junior at quarterback. Last year, passed for 1,051 yards, 14 touchdowns, and only 3 picks. And it's Phillips again. Nasir's got a gap out across the 10 to the 12 and pushed forward with a hit to about the 14-yard line before he's knocked down on the play by the middle linebacker for the Irish in Dio Olabatui.
Yeah, you can see the nice outside zone play here off the left side over left guard Craig Horton and left tackle Trey Rutherford. Those guys doing a nice job getting movement.
Those 2 guys returning starters. We mentioned Horton, a 3-year starter, and Rutherford, a 2-year starter. Doing a good job, according to Coach Christ, of finishing his blocks now in a nasty manner. And if you're going to do it, doggone it, be nasty. Another Home Appliance Solutions first down from the ball marked at the 14-yard line. Bertha wants to go long downfield, has a man, and the pass is caught at midfield. A great job to wait for that to come down, and then Aaron Weeks had great position. Check that, big number 5 for Westerville South, and that is Wheeler. Had a great job that time by Jalen Weaver to come down with the football.
Nice feed here, obviously, by the quarterback, Dominic Bertha. Throws a nice ball, has his feet going, eyes were in place, and just a great route there by Jalen Wheeler taking that skinny post.
Harris on the hit, 36 yards on the gain, another first down. This time they're going to mark it at the 49 with the contact and not at midfield, so a gain of 36 on the play, and the quick pop, a little bubble to the top, and there is nothing there, and the ball doesn't squirt free. Are they going to rule that an incomplete pass? They are. They're going to say that the ball was a forward pass, and it is incomplete. It'll be second down. And again, it's either a forward pass or a backward pass. Technically, by definition, there's no such thing as a lateral, and when in doubt, the tiebreaker normally goes to the fact that it's a forward pass, and there indeed you could see it went forward almost 2 yards.
And that's a big point of emphasis as you're practicing the slip screen like that. You being in the shotgun really helps the quarterback make sure that does come out a little bit forward, because like you talked about, Randy, a backwards pass is a fumble, and that's a scoop and score really quick.
Well, it'll be Tui with the massive hit on the play to force the incompletion. Second down and 10 now for the Wildcats. One man in motion from bottom to top, and that is the tight end, Burcham. And we've got a flag. I think they took too long. We'll see.
Dead ball. Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
So move it back 5 from Casey and the crew back to the 44-yard line. And we do have the play clocks down here too, so you've got that. Plus you've got the back judge with his hand going up when the count is at 5. So you got 2 opportunities on either end to make sure you get that play off in time. They need 15 now from the 44. On the delay, it is Phillips. Nasir bounces it to the outside. He's got room inside the 30, and Phillips all the way down to the 20-yard line. Man, there is one guy that can change directions on a dive.
Randy, really well-designed play here. I liked how Dominic Bertha, the junior quarterback, flashed his hands for pass. You get the offensive line, bringing that defensive line up on a pass set, give the ball there to 21, and great vision by Phillips. Nothing really happening up the middle, bounces to the right, and like you said, he took off and went.
There was a 36 play on this drive, and now there's a 36-yard play on this drive. You got 36 and 35, 71 on those 2 plays, but nothing that time. As the hit is there, and guess who's sneaking through again? The guy from the middle on that defense, Dio Olabutui, coming through last year, had a great season, second team all-league this year. 16 solos, 27 assists, 2 sacks, and 84.5 tackles last year.
Really nice job there by Olabutui, using his eyes and then putting his foot in the ground, seeing what's happening, shooting the gap, making a play.
The slant has a man open inside the 10 to the 5 with the diagonal. They'll take it into the end zone for the touchdown. Nice pass and a good route run that time. Another Ramos Rubin touchdown as they score for the second time in this quarter in the person of number 9. That is Preston Penn.
Penn does a nice job getting inside position here on the safety, and it was just a great ball by Dominic Bertha. You could see Bertha's got his feet set, and just a nice quick release, puts it on the body of Penn, and then Randy is just taking it to the house from there, being an athlete.
Penn's second touchdown on the season. His first one came against Olin Tangi for the 6'2", 195-pound sophomore. And, yeah, you look at that frame, he does not look like a sophomore, does he?
Sure doesn't.
Extra point time again for Sheets. Eight of 8 is great, and the lead is now 14. So 2 quick statements on a drive that time, Pat, that took some 95 yards to find pay dirt.
Randy, that's a big drive by the Westerville South Wildcat offense. Coach Chris was talking about mental toughness this week. He loved the physical toughness of his guys and the work effort and the effort they've been putting in. But that mental effort piece that he was looking for was being disciplined on all phases at your position and doing your job. And that 95-yard drive is a huge, huge testament to the week of practice that they had this week.
There's Al Wu, your back judge, who's a fill-in tonight. Here's now your Toyota keys to the game for Westerville South. Buffalo Bison. Keep an eye on Mr. Arthur, the quarterback for the Irish. And Dominic, and Mr. Bertha has done that early in this contest. On the other side for Dublin Scioto, no sir, Nasir. Well, so far it's been yes to Phillips. He's been able to run. And money's Worthen. So far we haven't seen Ed Worthen out there. Dansel's been playing a lot in running back. We'll see if we see him more later in this contest. Your Toyota's keys to the game so far. And ironically, too, Pat, 2 different 22-yard touchdown plays.
However they get to that end zone, we'll take them 22 yards, 5 yards, 10 yards. I know Coach Chris is happy with this start. both by his defense and then obviously by his offense right there. That's a great 95-yard drive.
And that first 22-yard touchdown, by the way, was scored by number 22 as well, too, Mr. Hanna.
We might want to get into
numerology.
The lotto tonight.
Oh, there you go, yeah. So it's teed up again at the 40-yard line. Let's see what statement now the Irish can make an offense, down by 2 touchdowns, but still 2:10 left to go. They were able to get some out patterns to click on that last possession. As you take a look one more time at your Kitchen Savers scoring summer, your dream kitchen could be just a week away with a free quote at kitchensaver.com. So it wouldn't take them long to go 95 plus, just over 2 minutes plus, to get the second tally in this contest. And look at this, a little short pooch kick. Oh, it's caught nicely. And they slide into second base right at the 35-yard line. Great catch that time by Drew Bobman, who's a wide receiver, but still the presence to look back like that and make a catch just like a wideout.
You could see what Westerville South was trying to do. There was some nice space in behind that first line of that Dublin Scioto kickoff return team, and so they were trying to just throw that little wedge shot right over and see if they could get that ball to kind of check up a little bit and see if they could get an opportunity to jump on one. But great job there by Ballman.
Great job by our image video team, Dean Marini and the crew, too, to see that over the shoulder by Ballman there, who just stayed with that football and corralled that to make the catch. So now it's 14-0 with the Irish, their third possession, down 2 scores. A team that were state champs back in 1995, and Carl Johnson was an assistant on that coaching staff to one Brian Deal at the time. For Arthur and company, Sean Blitz from the outside, and they are coming. Can Worthen pick it up? Coming, and all the way across the field. He'll get credit for half a tackle, but did you see the aggressiveness of Dylan Shoemaker coming all the way around to help make that play?
Yeah, the outside linebacker Shoemaker dropped a little bit in pass coverage and does a great job using his eyes, seeing what's happening in front of him, and then, like you said, just attacking athletically, getting after Arthur. Nice job there by the junior linebacker.
Who likes history. He ran a mile on that play, a loss of 1 on the play. We'll call it second down and 11 from at the 34-yard line. About 90 ticks or so left to go in the first quarter. Quick pop, pass is complete. They like the tight end play, and they get it this time out to the 45-yard line. The catch is made, and the completion goes to Ashton Wilson, the guy that's worked hard in the weight room in the offseason, too. 9 catches, 79 yards before that one. Like science, part of FCA, and a good frame, too. 6'4", 215. Another Home Appliance Solutions first down. 1:20 left to go in the quarter. And Worthen. That's the kind of guy that has got some speed, but when you look at Ed's frame, he's the kind of guy that can wear you out in the second half.
5'9", 225 pounds. He gets into that second level. This Wildcat safety defense, their secondary are really playing well in coverage. I'm not sure you want to be tackling Big Ed Worthen all night long.
Well, he had a strong sophomore season as you look at his numbers coming into this contest, but last year was injury plague for Ed. And a roll by Arthur to his left. Looking long, wants to go downfield, and guns it sidearm, and pass incomplete on the play. Denzel, the intended receiver, great arm adjustment. A rocket by Arthur, but great job by the defense to adjust on the play, too.
Number 10, Saeed Canoe, only a sophomore corner, giving Jalen Wheeler a quick blow here. Does a great job of staying in phase with this receiver. Keeps close, keeps tight, sees the ball coming, knocks it away. Well played.
45 ticks left to go in the quarter, and a third down play. Arthur getting some information from the sidelines. The plays are signaled in for the Irish. And Arthur, nice job to get away there, and tucking. Can he turn the corner? He cannot. Brought down back at the 43-yard line, and there's a hanky resting at the 44 with 34 seconds left to go.
Unfortunately, that's usually called right by the offensive lineman.
Holding, number 76 offense. Penalties declined. 4th down.
So a punting situation, and by the way, if you're looking for the biggest plays, the biggest schools, the best high school football, you get to see it first thanks to First Scores on Fox 28. Sponsored by Spectrum. Catch it tonight at 10:45, only on Fox 28. Hopefully we'll be home in time to catch it. Of course, there's that thing called DVR, right? Sweeping the country.
We got that magic button press ready to go.
Magic button. Another high punt and caught at the 21-yard line. I thought they contemplated a fair catch, but they did not make it, as that time is caught on the play by big number 5, and that is Jalen Wheeler, and he was forced to pay the price after the solid hit on the play by number 16, Chris Chafee. who's pumped up.
Yeah, nice job there by Wheeler fielding the punt. That's the number one thing when you're obviously talking about a punt return is you want to field it. Get your chest to the ball. But Wheeler's 6 foot, 175. He's a senior. He can put his foot in the ground and go. He thought he had a little bit of space.
By the way, the Irish quarterback now, Mr. Arthur, sacked 3 times so far in this first quarter. Bertha & Company with another home appliance solution first down from just past the 20. In fact, we'll mark it right at the 20-yard line with the tip of the football. And again, they go with a 3-wide look to the top of the formation, spread out that defense. Bertha pressured, rolling, looking, tucking, and stood up at the 19-yard line and driven back. The impersonation of an 18-wheeler there by Jackson Waldrum, who made the hit, stuck him, and just pushed him back.
Ooh, big 41, Jackson Waldrum. Coach Johnson called him a physical run stopper. I think that describes that play pretty well, Randy.
And that'll end the first quarter. All Wildcats in the first quarter, although a nice play by Waldrum to end the first 12 minutes of action, but 2 touchdowns of 22 yards apiece. With that, Westerville South leads Dublin Scioto 14-0. This is week number 4 of Friday Night Rivals here on the CW Columbus.
The CW Columbus is pleased to announce tonight's OEA Scholar Athlete for the week. Congratulations to Melissa Saunders of Westerville South High School and Ashton Wilson of Dublin Scioto High School by virtue of being nominated by those schools. They are eligible to win the Scholar Athlete of the Year award and a $5,000 college scholarship.
Cut. Randy Reinhardt alongside future Hall of Famer Pat Samanich. Our statistician is always Jake Stewart. Glad to have you aboard. Week number 4 of Friday Night Rivals. And I'm going to put you in the Hall of Fame. You'll be there in a short period of time.
Well, it depends on which Hall of Fame we're talking about,
Coaching,
right?
administrator. What was your career record as a head coach? Come on, you know.
Oh,
Every coach knows. Don't play this innocent game. You know. Come on.
I will have to go back and look.
My.
But I was fortunate to be surrounded by a great staff and amazing players.
Way above 500.
Yes, sir.
On the handoff, it goes to Phillips. Finds the gap. Carries the pile across the 30 out to the 33-yard line on the play. And I mean, he can carry people because that time it looked like Moore had a chance for him, and he just carried him an additional 3 yards. A very strong running back in Nasir Phillips.
And you could see the patience that he has, but then when he decides to go, it's physical and it's right now. It's immediate. And so you could see that Dublin Scioto is going to have to commit more to try and stop the run, and that's when you get into that play-action pass over the top.
Gains 13. He's got a low center of gravity as well, too. First down there, courtesy of Bowling Green State University. Off the right side, they'll go up across the 34 to maybe the 35-yard line, and that's about it. Phillips on the play. Hopefully that was just a shoe issue. He's going to come off the field, although he looks a little gimpy there. As once again, a guy that's been making a lot of hits early on for the Irish has been Moore, and Jariah there again.
Yeah, Jariah Moore does a nice job coming up and just meeting number 21, Nasir Phillips right there, and gives that leg drive to stop a little bit, being able to bring him down.
Michael Tobin, the offensive coordinator and a Marysville grad for the Wildcats. And they're going to hand it off, and it's Hannah who had the first touchdown. He'll take it up across the 38 to around the 39-yard line. See Phillips along the far side. He just got something to drink. He looks like he's ready to go again. And we mentioned the 1-2 punch they have with Phillips and Hannah, and that time Ethan Hannah with a nice gain off the right side.
Yeah, I like the right guard here. Tyler Heilbrunn doing a nice job of getting a kick-out block, and it looked like Hannah saw something to the outside, but if he would have seen that kick out, put his foot in the ground, get vertical right now, he had a big play happening.
You coaches. Third down and 6. And a handoff, and look at the burst.
Yes,
right
sir.
up the gut by Hannah. And again, you talk about waiting just a half second.
Yep.
That's exactly what he did that time. And Ethan found the gap. Is that something you can coach?
Honestly, no. You try to teach it, but that is just instinct. What's amazing is both Phillips and Hannah, watch, stutter step, it gets his feet going again right now. We try to teach a lot. Don't stop your feet in the backfield, but these guys are special.
Gain of 16 on the play to the outside. They go down the sidelines inside the 35 to maybe the 34-yard line as the pass is complete on the play to big number 5, and that is Jalen Wheeler. Wheeler makes the catch and rambles down the sidelines to the 33. That will move the sticks one more time. Another Bowling Green State University first down, and what a takedown that was at the end by Waldrum. He's a very physical linebacker, isn't he?
He is, but Westerville South is really putting a nice job of pressure on this defense. Attacking inside, attacking vertical, and then obviously working the sidelines, getting in space.
Phillips back in there, Nasir. Nothing inside, trying to go outside, nothing there, and he'll pay the price back around the 38 or 39-yard line. Pinball is fun, but you have to play it with a machine and not human beings.
Yeah, good job there by this Scioto front seven. Really playing hard, pursuing to the football, and they continue to compete. And that's what Coach Johnson was very proud of coming into the game, is how his team's competing. They're just looking to break through on the scoreboard.
Well, Batui helping to make the hit that time, but he had company as well, too. Big man who had a birthday yesterday. That's the first negative yardage play for that man's defense. The left ear of Carl Johnson. Second down and long for Bertha. Got time, looking long downfield. He's got two receivers next to each other, and I got to think, Pat, that was a mistake.
Yeah, you definitely want to have a little bit more spacing going on there, whether that was a sight adjustment that was missed by one of the receivers or somebody actually just kind of ran the wrong route. Again, that's going to be something that Coach is talking about tomorrow, about that mental toughness, doing the little things. Is it my alignment? Did I hit my landmark, or was I where I was supposed to be in my route?
So you've done this before. You've coached a little bit, right?
Once or twice.
New Albany for how many years?
New Albany was a total of 20.
Okay.
And then Ohio Wesleyan for 6 prior to that. And then prior to that was Mansfield Senior High School, where I cut my teeth for Stan Jefferson.
And you're only 28 years old, so go figure, right?
Well, I got my blonde highlights done for the game tonight. They just came out a little bit too blonde.
3rd and 13. Nice pass play across the middle. And look at the spin move inside the 15. The pass just a little behind, but we talk about catching the ball with your hands. That was a perfect example of that time as they got the pass to Kirkland, and Devray catches it in his hands and picks up 23 on the play.
Westerville South just has a plethora of athletes that they're just moving inside and outside, and another great ball there by Dominic Bertha. Quick release, drops it down a little bit, but puts it right on Kirkland. 5'9", 170, the senior, number 2.
His 5th catch now for 62 yards, and they'll keep it on the ground. Another BGSU first down, and they'll get the ball inside the 12 to around the 11-yard line as Phillips on the carry. One more time, and 55 lost his helmet, so he'll check out for a play. And that is Miles Bryant, one of the big guys up front. And once again, we are inside the red zone, so look out. As we enter this red zone, it's courtesy of Bath Fitter. You can transform your bathroom in one day. Get started at bathfitter.com. So another first down scenario. 10th play. And now we'll make it the 11th play of this drive.
Great patience by Westerville South this first half.
They'll need 6 now. And they'll take it inside. Not a whole lot there. That time the defense shuts it down. But that's the key with Westerville South. They will just bang you, and they do it different ways. So you may contain something inside, but they can go wide on you. Sometimes you talk about pinch. Sometimes you talk about flowing things to the sideline. Yep. I don't know if you found that elixir yet at how to defend the Wildcats.
It's obviously quite the challenge. You have athletes spread out all over the field. They do a great job of getting their athletes in space, but then you've got Nasir Phillips and Ethan Hanna, thunder and lightning, just pound in the middle and attack and off tackle as well, but they're always falling forward.
Bertha looking on the slant play. There's contact at the goal line. The receiver goes down, but again, I think that was just incidental. Again, we talk about getting your feet clogged there, and that's exactly what happened in that scenario. So now it's going to set up a 4th down situation. Take a look around the goal line. You'll see the receiver and the DB just get their feet tangled up here, right there.
Yeah, it looks like both guys playing their position and just playing good aggressive football. Good no call.
Do you opt for a field goal? Sheets has 6. He's been perfect so far.
When you recruit him out of AP Physics, you might as well.
Well, they know the angles, right?
Exactly.
Between physics and geometry. I have to say that physics was my least favorite. science math class.
I wasn't invited to physics class.
Really?
Yeah.
27 yards on the attempt. Snap, kick. It is up, plenty of leg, and it is no good as it sails wide right.
You're right a little bit.
So we stick at 14-0 with 7:29 left to go here in the first half. Earlier, we had a chance to talk to the head coach of the Westerville South Wildcats before this contest. Had a chance to talk to Matthew Christ, and it's time now for that music around Coach's Corner. Here's what the head coach had to say when I talked to him earlier tonight.
Yeah, I think Dominic, dual threat, has the ability to extend plays with his legs, has a really strong arm, can push the ball down the field, and is really starting to kind of come into his own just in terms of taking ownership of our offense and making the right decisions. Really, it's, I think what we've learned in the first 3 weeks is that when we keep the focus on ourselves, that gives us the best chance to be our best each Friday night. So that's really where our focus is this evening.
Comments on Bertha, his quarterback, and where things stand of the season. They get ready for OCC Capital play. A quick pop, the pass is complete out across the 20-yard line. Music Go Round can help with all your instrument needs at 2630 Bethel Road and Gahanna inside the Stone Ridge Plaza. Coach Christ, soon to be 37, guy that matriculated from the Reading, PA area over to the Buckeye State in his 6th year, 5 years as an assistant at Grandview, 1 year as an assistant at Dublin Jerome, and also as an assistant at Macomb. That's where he cut his teeth in Ohio high school football. Picked up 4 on that first down play. And Arthur wants to throw, looks downfield. Coverage is there, though. Pass is incomplete at the 45-yard line. Good coverage, step by step that time by Jalen Weaver.
Yeah, Jalen Weaver, the 6 foot, 175-pound senior corner, doesn't bite on the run fake, keeps his eyes in discipline, stays in phase, and just keeps his man locked up. Really nice job there by the corner.
Tough pass, too, because it was flat-footed that time by Arthur, too.
Yeah, you'd like to see him get up on his toes a little bit.
And you'd like to see the Irish, if you're an Irish fan, control this ball for more than just a couple plays here and give that defense a chance to rest along the sidelines. About halfway through the second quarter, 14-0 early on in this one. Arthur with time from the gun is going to tuck. He needs 6. Gets to the 25, and he's got the first down. Some nice side steps, and that's the weapon we talked about. You think he's going to matriculate to the sidelines. Little whoops here in the words of Jeff Logan, and another sidestep, and all of a sudden he's out to the 47.
Yeah, Bison Arthur, big fella, 6'1", 195 pounds. I'd like to see the ball on the outside arm. I know Coach Logan would as well. But great move. Did a nice job of just not giving up his body there and just keeping moving, the chains moving forward.
And he looks downfield and tosses one at the 35-yard line. Pass ruled incomplete. They want a flag on the near side, and they're going to get one at the 34-yard line as the pass was intended on the play for Drew Ballman.
Yeah, it looked right there like the corner got just a little handsy. Looks like that's Cameron Garcia, the junior. Got a little handsy, got a little locked up.
Pass interference, defense, 15 yards from the previous spot, first down.
And it's good to see, may I say, a younger referee tonight. We'll talk about that at halftime. We have a feature on the fact that here in the state of Ohio, it is getting harder and harder to get officials, and we have a good piece that we'll feature on halftime about just that. If you're interested in officiating, you'll find out more information at the break. Arthur with the quick pop, across the middle, pass incomplete at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that was the second time that the Irish tried to run that RPO. Looking over there at the tight end, Ashton Wilson, the big fella, 6'4", 215. I love the play-action fake there by Arthur, but just a little quick coming out of his hand, and they were just off a little bit on where that space that you're looking for in that run-pass option. It's kind of a feel route.
You know, you look at Arthur, this is a guy that used to be a tight end, in fact, too, and a backup quarterback, among other jobs in the past, and this time they'll get the ball inside the 35-yard line, down to around the 33, and somebody has lost their headgear again.
Yeah, as a coach, you hate to see the helmets come popping off. You know, obviously you want to keep those things as tight as possible. You want to protect the young men with all the
great
quarterback equipment that we have right now.
Yeah, who's lost his helmet.
Yeah, he did.
So if that's the case and you don't burn a timeout, you're going to have to find a new quarterback out there, and it could be Landon Harris. See who comes out. I think indeed it is Landon Harris who will run the show. Saw that a lot in college football in one particular contest this weekend. One team lost their helmet 8 times. So it'll be Landon Harris on at least this play. He'll hand it off, nothing fancy there, and Worthen will rumble forward inside the 33 to around the 32-yard line. Arthur in, Harris out. So Landon Harris was 1 of 1 passing for 8 yards coming in this contest, and the 6', 150-pound senior signal caller will check out, and Arthur's back in.
Randy, it's a big fourth down conversion that the Irish really need right here.
And Arthur will keep student body right inside the 30, extends, had to get it just past the 28-yard line, and it looks like he's got enough for the sticks to move again.
The Irish getting a little bit of that momentum, and it all started with a great defensive, just a stop, if you will, stopping Westerville South in the red zone, forcing that missed field goal. And now they're getting a little bit of help, making some plays, and you see number 10 starting to do it with his legs now.
But he's doing it all himself, it looks like right now. Some good blocking up front, but you wonder if the Wildcats will catch on to this sometime soon. Worthen tries to readjust, and we got a whistle and a timeout on the field.
Timeout. Westerville South.
So South will take a timeout, and they will burn their first. We will step to one side of the screen, and Toyota will take the other side.
With over 50 million sold worldwide, what does Toyota Corolla do for an Encore? It evolves to become more powerful, more connected, and safer. It becomes more efficient with an available 52 mpg hybrid. And now it becomes more versatile and capable of taking your adventures even further. The new Corolla Cross with available all-wheel drive. The first ever Corolla SUV. Toyota. Let's go places.
Coming up next week, we've got a great contest for you. Westerville Central, Dublin Coffin, and also coming up, it's the Door Depot halftime show. Get an in-depth look at how a shortage of referees is impacting high school athletics this fall, and the steps the OCC is taking to entice more people to become an official, plus your scores from around Central Ohio, all coming up on the Door Depot halftime show right here on the CW Columbus. And we have a bloody elbow, I believe, on the one elbow there of Bison Arthur, so he will have to check out. And I think Landon Harris will have to come back in again.
Yeah, this will be like a NASCAR pit change right here. Fast as you can, get him cleaned up, taped up, and get him back in the game.
12.3 seconds, right? So you got to think it's worth in time in a situation like this, right?
Yeah, I think you're going to feed the ball to the big fella.
And a BGSU first down. Readjusts. And Worthen to the right. Glides inside the 25 to the 24. So positive yardage on that play. And let's see if they've got him cleaned up in time.
Yeah, good job there by Scioto, creating a little bit of movement, making the defense have to stop, sit on their heels, and use their eyes as you get a shift and then some motion to kind of change the strength of the formation, bringing Ashton Wilson to tight end across the formation. Got a little success there.
Yeah, Wilson did a good job there and made sure at the end that he released, too, so he didn't get called for holding there on that block. So going to mark the ball down to around the 24-yard line. They need another 6. With Arthur back in there and a little gap that time. And you just need a little space for a guy like Worthen to break through and use that power frame of his to get down to around the 20-yard line.
Well, one thing I can assure you is tomorrow morning both defenses are going to be sore, and they're going to get some ice on the shoulders. They're going to get some ice on the rib cages a little bit because these running backs are coming downhill right now.
5'9", 225. He's now over the century mark in rushing on the season. Need a couple more from the 20. And a whistle. Sideline warning against the Irish. Last week we got into the penalty phase of that.
Yeah, you definitely want to. Yeah, you definitely want to stay away from the penalty phase. It's easy to get creeping and get moving up, and you're trying to communicate with whether it's your offensive captain or your defensive captain, and all of a sudden you look down and you're standing next to the ref, and all of a sudden he looks back at you and tosses you a nice little flag.
Well,
I can't confirm nor deny that that's ever happened to me.
Jeff has said in the past you need a get-back coach. Did you have a get-back coach?
We had a get-back coach, yeah.
And now I think South might want a timeout. We'll see.
Timeout, Westerville South.
No, I can.
They'll burn their second timeout. We'll step aside. We'll pause for the cause. 4:02 left to go. 14-0. Wildcats lead, but the Irish are driving. Okay. Seems apropos for summer that we have a blackout night, right? When you look at the Irish youngsters here, if you will. On the far side, it looks like it's construction worker night, right?
It looks like maybe a little neon night, and we got a little blackout. I love to see the student bodies do this, though. It's so great for high school football and the community field. Kids have a good time.
I went to a farm school. We wore overalls because it was a farm school. It wasn't a theme. That's all we had.
We had to go to work after the game, right?
There you saw the construction working theme on the other side there. Big play here, 3rd down. They need about 3 to move the sticks one more time inside the 20-yard line. Arthur wants to throw. Wanting and doing it are 2 different things. Now guns downfield and is going to throw that one away. Thought he had a chance to roam for the 3 yards, and now you set up an interesting scenario as you're looking at a 4th down and 3 from the 21.
And again, really nice job there by Westerville South secondary. Very impressed of how they're just keeping with their receivers. It's a zone coverage, but then it turns into man based on the stem of the route. If they get pressed vertical, they're going to go ahead and stay with them. Really well coached, well executed by the defensive secondary.
Eric Callan, the D coordinator in his 3rd year. Westerville South grad, covered him when he played there. Their turnover margin, by the way, is +1. And they're going to show a field goal attempt for Ethan Ships. This would be his first, if he can make it, from about 38 yards out. Snap, kick, it's going to stay right all the way. And it's short and to the right, and we'll have a touchback with 3:51 left to go. Earlier I had a chance to get together with the head coach in his 23rd season from Dublin Scioto in Carl Johnson. Time now for the Music Go Round Coach's Corner. Here's what the head coach of the Irish had to say when I talked to him before this contest.
Well, I tell you, we've had 3 tough games. We competed in all of them. We just got to find a way to finish. I'm proud of our guys, the way we fight. We're going to fight to the end again tonight, and we do enough of the right things, we'll come out victorious.
And the Music Go Round can help you with all your instrument needs at 2630 Bethel Road in Gahanna inside the Stone Ridge Plaza. We thank them for their support of the Coach's Corner. Talking about his team, and again, they lost in overtime to Grove City in Week 1, and then in Week 3 they lost to Berlin by a count of 10-7. Nothing there that time around the left side for Mr. Phillips. And in Week 2, Watterson blanked him 21-0. But, Pat, that was a 7-0 contest late into that contest. So they've been a team that, if you will, hangs around. They just haven't made it to the top of Kilimanjaro so far.
Yeah, the first 3 opponents that Scioto's faced has a combined record right now of 7-2. So they're playing good teams. They're close games. Their defense has been keeping them in it. Like Randy talked about, they're just trying to find that something to get going on offense.
And this is a guy that can get it going on offense here. The signal caller, Dominic Berth, he's done a great job. Look at the arm, and that one's going to come a little short, though, to the far side. One of the toughest passes to throw because you're throwing about 30 yards and trying to go to the far side of the field and getting it low to Tyler Kielmeyer. Kielmeyer, a guy that stands 6'6" and goes 195, just a sophomore. 6 catches for 45 yards coming into this contest.
Yeah, Coach Chris compared him to Luke Lachey, the Iowa tight end that played out of Grandview Heights. That's a great compliment.
Numbers on Dominic so far in this contest.
Very efficient.
We've got an arm there. Guns it, and a pass nearly picked off at the 37-yard line. Good adjustment to the football that time and hit Mazarenko in the breadbasket, and Anthony cannot cradle it.
Oh, outside linebacker Anthony Mazarenko sees it, plays it great, undercuts the route. Oh, got to finish that. That's what Coach Johnson's talking about, looking for him to finish. Great effort, great technique. Boy, you'd love to see him just finish that one off, Randy.
Likes fishing in English, and I asked how long he's been playing football, and he said, as long as I can remember. So, the Irish with some solid defense, forcing the Wildcats and Quentin Sheets to punt here with just over 3 minutes left to go in the first half. 14-0 in favor of the visitors. High snap. Nice extension that time, and nearly blocked as well instead of high hanging punt, and caught at the 36-yard line. There were about 3 different things that could have happened on that play. And somehow the Wildcats get it off, and the Irish get it back from the 36-yard line. 14-0 the tally, and look at the pressure, the high snap, and then look at the pressure coming from the right. Woof.
Quinn Sheets, athletic, nice catch, keeps the head down on the ball and uses that AP physics skills to work his magic. I have no idea how that thing was not blocked.
He's 6'2.5". If he's 6'1", that kick doesn't get off. So from the 36 is where the Irish will go this time, down by 2 converted touchdowns. And it seems like their offense has picked up a bit. And when it has, it seemed like it was because it was more basic with Arthur calling his number a lot of times.
Yeah, Arthur doing a great job, the senior, big fellow, getting outside, tucking the ball away and just trying to get forward. But I do like this, that Ed Worthen, the 225-pound back, has come in to try and give him that inside pop to try and
smash you in the
bring
face.
Bring those linebackers in.
Yeah, Bauman goes way wide to the top, 3 to that side, 1 to the bottom now. And Arthur finds the gap. Nice little cut back, but a good job by Hanna to come up to make the hit on the play. Hanna does a good job finding that spot. He's the will linebacker, 6 solos, 1 tackle for a loss, returning starter, second team all-league last year. Didn't play last week with a lower body issue, but looking strong in this game.
Randy, you take a first look at this play, and I thought for sure that Arthur was going to get loose, but Hanna, quick, fast, athletic, does a nice job getting in and making a tackle.
Worthen hits the hole up to the 40, but nearly got hit in the head by a flag as well, too, which is tossed by him and down to the 35-yard line. Looks like a hold, and we'll see if it's coming back. Casey, what do you got down there in the field there as you stand at the 38-yard line and take a look and open your mic and say?
Holding. Offense number 55. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Second down.
So they will march him back, and they'll do it again.
See where they're looking at. Oh, yeah, right there. Number 53, the center, Sean Erfurt, who's been doing a nice job. Those centers got tough jobs. They're one-on-one with the nose. And you've got to make sure you're trying to take care of that business against big Jesse O's, and just got that hand a little bit too wide.
Going to mark it back to the 28-yard line. They need 18 to move the sticks with 2:20 left to go. Arthur on a little option pass there, gets it off, and a nice gain on the play. As it's corralled that time by Denzel, and that is indeed a forward pass out to the 40-yard line.
Randy Bison, Arthur does a nice job. He doesn't seem like the game is too fast. He's a first-year starter. This is only week 4. Obviously, they've had some adversity through the first 3 weeks. He's doing a nice job of just kind of keeping it to himself and just running the system. I'm impressed with him.
Following the footsteps of Amari Jenkins, who's all-world for the Irish in his career. Third down, they need a half dozen. Toss, Denzel's got it. Well, he's only going to get up to the 42-yard line. He's about 4 yards shy of the stick, so it'll be a fourth down as we approach 2 minutes left to go here in the first half.
Yeah, here's decision time. You want to be careful. This is where you definitely want to try and get some momentum into halftime.
Oh, wow. Are they going to try to draw him off, or are they going to go for it here?
I think you're going to get hard count. Yep.
Yeah. And I think they thought they got it, and they did. So I asked about it, and then they got it, Toyota. So move it out another 5 yards, and that should be enough to move the sticks.
Dead ball. Encroachment. Defense. 5-yard penalty.
And Randy,
results first down.
Randy, if you look back to the coin toss, South won the toss and deferred. And so you definitely want to try and get some points on the board here, because obviously South coming out of the locker room, you don't want to get them well rested and make some adjustments. You want to get on the board, get some momentum, get things going.
It's got to be frustrating as a coach, though, because you know they're going to try to hard count you. You try to tell them that in limited time, and yet still they make it work. Quick pop, has his man and dropped at the 35-yard line. Good coverage on the play, but trying to get it in the midsection of Jariah Moore.
Yeah, nice ball there by Bison Arthur, like you talked about. That could have been that big play that sparked this Irish offense going into the locker room with 1:36 to go here at the half.
So mark it back to the 47-yard line, second down. Unofficially, I have the Irish with their full complement of 3 timeouts, since South has taken 2 in this quarter, so they have just 1 remaining.
Try and work the sidelines a little bit. You have plenty of time.
Big splits in that line. On the ground they go. And Dakota Denzel got it up to maybe the 50-yard line. Short gain, and the clock now evaporating down to 1:24 and ticking left to go here in the first half. Plays are signaled in, as we mentioned, for the Irish. No huddle. They want to control the ball, not turn it over, not have penalties, and every possession end with a kick. Coaching hands, feet, and eyes is what Carl Johnson has always told me. Third down, they need 8. They're going to mark it officially at the 49. 4 choices wide now. Nice little lead throw downfield. Has his man. Defender falls down. They'll take it down the sidelines. What is he doing? Wow. It's in for a touchdown. Another Ramos Roofing touchdown. I'm going to tell you one thing, Mr. Moore. Do not slow down again because you'll hear the wrath of your coach no matter what. But Moore's going to take it in as the defensive back fell down, and the Irish get on the board to make it 14-6.
Yeah, looky here. Really nice play by number 10, Bison Arthur, doing a nice job extending the play out a little bit, being athletic, putting a little touch on the ball. Number 6, Jariah Moore gets loose from the corner on the backside. But like you talked about, Randy, I'm not sure if he thought he was already in. But it didn't look like he was kicking at full speed there going in the end zone. I'm sure Coach Johnson
watch Jordan Wheeler. He comes up and tries to get a late strip of the football. Extra point is up, and it is good by Ethan Ships. He's now 6 of 7, and the margin is now down to 1 touchdown, 14-7, at 52.3 left here in the first half. So a nice answer by the Irish late in the first half, so they get the score. And is that one of the lines from Major League? Nice job. Don't ever do that again. Those type things.
Don't ever do that one again. That'll be rewinded in film a couple times tomorrow. But you got to give Scioto's defense the credit for that score. And what I mean by that is if you go back to the last 2 drives of Westerville South, they've kind of held intact. They've kind of stopped that interior run a little bit and given this offense time to get on track. Bison Arthur doing a nice job of just calmly running the system. Buys himself a little bit of time, puts a little touch on it. Jariah Moore finishes it off, taking it to the house.
There's your scoring summary, courtesy of Kitchen Saver. As you check out the numbers there, 6 plays, 64 yards, just over a couple of minutes. Get your dream kitchen in under a week with a free quote at kitchensaver.com. So the margin is 1 score. Moore takes it in. Moore, 3 catches coming into this game. Honorable mention, all district last year. Missed most of game 1 this season with an injury. A young man who likes fishing, lifting, reading, and science. Do not read when you're inside the 10-yard line, though. You try anything interesting here with the kickoff, or do you kick it deep?
No, you're going to just kind of kick this deep, or even a deep squib, get it bouncing around way down there inside the 20. See if you get lucky that way.
Chips. Sails one. Short, little squibber to the 25-yard line. And on the return up to the 36-yard line that time. Corralling the ball was Lenny Wicks. All right, if you're the Wildcats now on offense, you got limited time left. Do you try to break something here? And there's a flag late on the play here at the 36-yard line. It's tossed in extremely late here.
With Westerville South getting the ball coming out at halftime, I think what you're looking at is this first down play. If you can give the ball to 21, see if Phillips can't break something off a little bit, that kind of shifts your mindset.
Dead ball, personal foul. Number 27, return team, 15 yards from the end of the run. We'll have a first down.
So that's why it's a late flag. It was a dead ball, personal foul, so march it back 15 yards. And now I think if you're the Wildcats, you might change your mindset a little bit, although this is an explosive offensive team.
They've got athletes across, all spread out all the way across the field. They can attack you inside with both Nasir Phillips and number 22, Ethan Hanna. You've seen both of them provide that bang. And also, they can deliver just a blow. So, thunder and lightning, he described them right on.
And you got Penn, too, who's caught a touchdown pass of 22 yards. In fact, he's going to go wide to the bottom. Another Bowling Green State University first down, but they'll keep it on the ground, and Phillips has got it. Will carry defenders out to the 28-yard line. And they'll continue to motivate the clock to move as the hit is made on the play by big number 65. Israel Hernandez-Gomez, 5'9", 230, and a junior. And no sense of urgency right now by the Wildcats.
Yeah, you're looking for Westerville South to take it into the locker room, knowing they have the ball coming out at halftime. Dublin Scioto is playing a 2-high zone, so it's a run-friendly box. Really, they don't want to give anything up deep right now, so it looks like South will just run this out. And
I see only a line on the play clock telling me that they don't have to run another play if they don't want to, as we're down to 10 seconds left to go. The back judge is not going to raise his hand, so that will probably do it for the first half. 2 touchdowns for the visitors, 1 late one for the home team, and at the break after 2 quarters is Westerville South 14, Dublin Scioto 7. An entertaining first half.
It was an entertaining first half, and I love to see both teams, again, coming off of losses in week 3. How are you going to respond? I love that Scioto fought all the way, was able to get some momentum, put points on the board, and Westerville South really sticking to their game plan and just pounding the ball inside with Phillips and then spreading it out when they bring that defense in.
It is time now for our Door Depot halftime show. We'll take a break. When we come back, a special guest wearing the colors of the Irish will join us here, plus scores from around the area and more. A special feature by Miles Harris, all coming up at the break. Westerville South on top of Dublin Scioto 14-7. You're watching Friday Night Rivals right here on the CW Columbus. There's our spy camera right there.
Gotcha.
This guy keeps hanging around. Can you call security?
Keep it. Hey, you want to do this?
Come on in here.
All right.
We're going to get you to put your, if you can put that over your shoulder, hide it back there. So I'm just going to ask you about what's going on.
Hear me okay? And
yeah.
All right.
Sound taller.
How far down? Like if I want these cheat sheets, where's it getting us at?
I'd say probably right there.
Like if I just keep this down here, that'd be good?
Yeah, you're good. Oh, so we got 2 minutes yet to come back. Otherwise.
What's that?
Yeah, otherwise, Pat and I'd be dancing for an extra 5 minutes. Nick, your playing days at the Sales. Dirty player or not? No, just kidding.
No. A player that conserved my energy.
Wasn't your dad the postmaster of Westerville?
He was.
Okay. I remember going in to see him. I used to live at 39 West Lincoln Street, Apartment D.
All right.
Yeah. He was very nice to me. I said, are you sure Nick's your son?
I probably delivered pizzas to you at some point in time.
That's my wife. Thank you. She said she's my wife.
Absolutely. Yeah, I worked for Pasquale's Pizza, Jim Francisco over in Westerville.
Yeah. Used to go to the Well-Tempered Quiche, go to the baseball card store constantly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
You'd love that. That was before, we had that 1 by ounce coins there that you could play. Wow, they haven't even started the clock yet.
That is correct.
Can you move the school?
We're trying to get some locker room facilities out here right behind the stadium. A hitting facility / locker room. So, crossing my fingers here.
Well, that's right.
Exactly.
Since I have no notes, we'll just wing this here, sir.
Cool.
All right. You got the notes.
I got some notes, just in case.
All right. Arthur needs some help on offense. He can't do it all himself.
Well,
He's tried to, though.
We lost 3 All-Ohio football players from last year. So.
And welcome back to the Door Depot halftime report. At the break, Westerville South on top of Dublin Scioto, 14-7. A gorgeous moon over Dublin, Ohio tonight. It's even more handsome inside the press box because I'm joined by the legendary, infamous, and borderline even athletic director here at Dublin Scioto, Nick Magistrelli. Nick, welcome to Friday Night Rivals.
Thanks for having us. It's always great to have Friday Night Rivals out. Appreciate everything you guys do for high school football here in Central Ohio, and it's a great night for football, for sure.
Now, we'd like to think that football is the only sport in the world, but we know as an athletic director, you're very busy right now. Many things going on for the Irish, including you've got a volleyball team that is second to none, correct?
We do. Our volleyball team is 3-time defending OCC champions and currently undefeated. Just had an unbelievable regular season match against Big Walnut, a strong Big Walnut squad last night. Irish came home victorious in 5 sets, 15-12, I believe. Great atmosphere, huge student section, and that's really what we're looking for, is giving our student athletes the best opportunities, to just experience what high school sports is all about.
How many different fall sports are we talking about? Because we've hit on football and volleyball. I know there's a lot more than that, right?
Oh, there's a lot more. Our boys soccer team, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention them as well. Also 3-time OCC defending champs, so another strong program in the fall. But really, our teams are all doing a great job. All the coaches and student athletes are working hard. One thing, we're very fortunate to have 2 strength and conditioning coaches here. R.B. Jones and Jim Scozen do a fantastic job with our in-season and out-of-season workouts, which really helps our student athletes reach their potential.
How long have you been at Dublin Scioto now?
This is my 12th year at Dublin Scioto, my 23rd year as a high school athletic director. So.
One simple word question, why?
I just love it. It keeps me young. I love being around the student athletes, and it's long hours and sometimes a bit tiring, but nevertheless just really fulfilling. And I love the interaction with the coaches and student athletes, so I just can't see myself doing anything else. And I'm very fortunate to be here at Dublin Scioto High School.
Talk about your involvement with the OCC, and we understand in the not-too-distant future the league will be expanding as well, too, right?
Yeah, that's correct. The OCC, currently 32 teams, will be expanding to 34 schools with the addition of Taze Valley and Logan High School here in a couple years. So exciting times, one of the biggest and we feel strongest conferences in the state of Ohio, and we're proud of all the schools in the Ohio Capital Conference.
Now, will Logan be in your conference, or are you going to have to drive down there?
Well, I mean, I'm sure we'll play them in some off or non-league scheduling activities. We've played Logan before, and I'm sure we'll continue to do so, but no, they won't be in our division of the OCC.
We have a feature coming up at halftime about the shortage of officials. Has that struck you guys yet? Because we're talking about multiple sports, but if you want the student athletes to compete, someone's got to govern them, and it's got to be a difficult job because, let's be honest, there are some great parents out there. Sometimes there are not some great parents out there that you have to deal with. But by the same token, too, you're talking about a time commitment by these young men and women that want to be officials. Have you seen that issue crop up for you guys?
I'd say, yeah. I'd say passionate spectators and parents. We'll call it passionate. But definitely the official shortage is something that is affecting multiple sports. And it's something we're dealing with as a conference. And it's been, we have seen it coming. We've known the numbers are getting lower and lower. We're trying to increase and just get a pool of younger people interested in doing it. And the schools and different officials associations are doing what they can to generate that interest, and hopefully we'll be able to remedy that. But right now it is definitely a concern, and everyone's working hard to correct that situation.
Nick Magistrelli's been our guest here at halftime. I remember this man as a young, svelte running back, linebacker. He did it all for the DeSale Stallions. What year did you graduate?
1992.
1992. How old am I then, right? Because you're about 90 years old.
Hey, we just
right
had
now.
30th reunion, so there you go.
Nick, thank you very much for everything. We appreciate your time. You have to be happy with the comeback by your team in the second quarter.
Absolutely, and hopefully we'll come out on the right end of it. I know we're clawing and scratching to get one this year, so we'll keep fighting. I know our guys will keep fighting hard.
Nick Magistrelli has been our guest here at halftime. 14-7, the tally in this contest at the break. And I want to remind you, too, we've got a great package coming up here at halftime that Miles Harris has put together about the official shortage in Central Ohio and specifically in the OCC. What can be done? What's happening now? Let's find out. Cool.
Fall sports are in full swing, but not every athlete's taking the field. Now, it's not because of lack of players, but rather lack of officials. So what's one of the largest athletic conferences in Central Ohio doing to give athletes a chance to play?
Our senior officials are retiring, and frankly, we're not getting young people going into officiating.
Ken Baker, commissioner for the Ohio Capital Conference, says they've seen a drop in the number of officials for years.
But just in the last year, it seems like it's kind of created a critical mass to the point where we have had a shortage of game officials on game nights.
The OCC oversees sports for 32 schools across Central Ohio. Last week, one of their schools, Upper Arlington, forced to cancel a soccer match due to the shortage. Baker and his team, they're working to prevent more of these issues.
Have made a commitment to increase official pay, We have now a formula going forward that guarantees increases over the next 3 or 4 years. Times of crisis, we need to do some different things. So perhaps this will incentivize folks to get it done.
Only time will tell if their efforts work. On your side, I'm Miles Harris for ABC 6 News.
Miles, thank you very much for that information, and hopefully more will step forward to officiate the youngsters playing sports today. It's time now to take a look at our student athletes for this week.
Ohio Education Association is proud to recognize Central Ohio's Scholar Athletes of the Week. Marissa Saunders is a state champion in hurdling for Westerville South High School. Twice she's been a USA Track and Field All-American. Marissa has a 4.0 GPA. Ashton Wilson is a football captain and varsity letter winner at Dublin Scioto High School. He was best in Midwest football camp as the top tight end. Ashton has a 4.1 GPA. Congratulations to these outstanding Ohio Education Association Scholar Athletes.
Okay. Wow.
Let's make some noise as the band
I've got feel I can do on each of those two. Anytime. Welcome back to the Door Depot halftime report. At the break, the Wildcats on top of the Irish, 14-7 here, week number 4 of Friday Night Rivals. And it's time now, while we have the chance to check out scores from other games here in Central Ohio. Bloom Carroll on top of Circleville by a count of 14-0. Circleville enters 3-0. Wins over Huntington, Southeastern, and Westfall. They've allowed just 44 points in 3 weeks after Bloom Carroll fell to Harvest Prep in week 1. They bounced back with a couple of wins over John Glenn and Jonathan Alter, respectively. So Carroll's kind of surprising there. Nothing in on the Stars and the Tigers from City League action. This was a big showdown of undefeateds, Big Walnut and Delaware Hayes. Who was for real? We saw the Golden Eagles last week, and they're on top right now, 17-7 in that contest in week number 4 as they get together, and we'll find out what happens there. Dick Walnut won the last meeting by count of 47-14. Jerome on top of Kaufman. Celtics looking good early on. We'll have the Rocks next week. 10-7 the count in that contest. Kaufman snuck by Camp McKinley last week, 28-26. Jerome 3-0 with wins over Perrysburg, Whitmer, and also Shaker Heights so far on the campaign. Scores elsewhere. Tays Valley on top of Fairfield Union, 14-7. We'll see Tays Valley later on. Tays Valley has won 15 of their last 18 meetings, by the way, including the last 12 straight. Tays Valley fell to Watkins last week, 28-14. Their only win of the season was 17-7 over Logan. This one is a shocker. I know the Grove City is coming back, but the Greyhounds biting the Comets big time. 34-zip in that one. Grove City knocked off previously unbeaten Thomas Worthington last week, 42-26. And Central Crossing won last year's meeting, by the way, in Grove City to the tune of 19-14. Battle of Olentangy. I'd take one of the Olentangy's teams here. 14-10 Orange over Olentangy. Orange has been outscored 57-10 in their last 2 outings. They beat Darby, though, in week 1, 22-21. Olentangy has scored 30 in back-to-back games, and they got a 2-win streak going on right now for them. The Battle of Picktown. Central on top of North, 14-7. We had Pickerington Central in week number 1 with an impressive win over Liberty. Pick North enters 3-0, and they handled Upper Arlington last week, 18-13 for Pick Central. After that win over Liberty, they lost to Elder 17-7 and Wayne 10-9 in another close contest in Picktown right now. Here in our contest in week number 4 at the break, Westerville South by 1 touchdown over Dublin Scioto, 14-7. We'll take a break on Central Ohio Toyota Dealers Friday Night Rivals, presented by Columbus State Community College, right here on the CW Columbus. Okay. Hand it. Yard run. Yep. First time he touched the ball, too, right?
Yep. .22-yard Chopin.
And then Moore, 51-yard touchdown walk.
Whew, baby. You're not kidding.
One up here.
You're not kidding. Oh, baby.
Yeah.
I don't know if he thought he was in because there's no. Right.
See that too. Got 8 minutes left, right?
Is this here? Thank you, sir.
Give it up for the Davis and Hills 8th graders and your Dublin Scioto Luncheon Band. You can support the band and all Dublin City Schools music programs by visiting the concession stand. And the winning number for the 50-50 raffle is 851051.
You always try to get your cord so it's not in front of you.
Can you switch it around?
No, you're good. Switch this one.
How much are they getting? Chest up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on up to the press box.
And welcome back to the Door Depot halftime report. At the break, it is Dublin Scioto trailing Westerville South 14-7 here on the CW Columbus. Randy Reinhardt alongside Pat Samanich inside the press box here at Dublin Scioto High School. 14-7 the tally in this one. And early on, Pat, you had the sense that Westerville South was going to have their way if the Irish didn't make a stand. They did defensively, and that kind of turned on their offense.
I agree. 100% that defense for Dublin Scioto deserves the credit for really sparking that momentum turn. 97-yard drive there by Westerville South. Patience, big play. You could kind of get a feeling of, here goes again. But got to credit Dublin Scioto, their kids and their staff playing hard.
And it's time now to check out some of the highlights from the first half. We'll look at the scoring plays. First of all, it is Ethan Hanna. I think the first time he touched the ball, number 22 takes it 22 yards for the touchdown, ending a 9-play, 55-yard drive. And it was 7-0. And then the slant pattern to Penn.
That capped off, like you talked about, a 7-play, 97-yard drive. Great ball there from Bertha.
And that made it 14-zip. But then a late answer as Arthur rolls to his left, looks downfield, and finds Dariah Moore, who casually takes his time getting into the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, it's a touchdown.
It is.
We'll just go with that. We'll let Coach Johnson take care of that with film tomorrow.
All right, 64 yards on that 6-play drive, too. The numbers in the first half, and the Irish bounced back some in quarter number 2, but still the domination by Westerville South offensively. But that bottom line, no turnovers in the first 24 minutes.
Very clean game by both teams, and that's what both coaches talked about with your interviews this week with them, Randy. 0 turnovers, minimal penalties, especially Scioto, only 1 penalty. Mm-hmm. They're starting to get something going here. This big drive for Westerville South coming out is even bigger for that defense for South.
You got to love the weapons, though, of the Wildcats in the second half. Can you stick around for the second half?
I'm in.
All right, hopefully you will, too. 14-7 the tally at the break. Come on, we're all sticking around for the third quarter right here on the CW Columbus.
My volume okay in my headset?
Yeah, it is. Sound tall. Sound tall. I'm going to read a card 9. I don't think I'll revisiting that. Are those aren't Hey Dudes, are they? Those aren't Hey Dudes, are they? Yeah. Okay, I just did. Okay, that'll be the first thing coming back. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to your captains. We'd like to recognize your 2022 Irish Varsity cheerleader. With Melissa Queen, senior. Senior, Kate Nasso. Senior, Roy Maya.
Am I doing okay for you?
Doing great. You tell me.
No, you're doing a great job.
Candy Meyer.
Fumbled a couple words in the first half.
I did. And I did one right there at half. I said South's defense instead of Scioto's defense.
I bobbled a few words.
Just haven't taken it out of my pay, Bob.
Yeah, we have so many moving.
Cut me a little bit.
We have so many moving parts.
Give me a quick picture, boys.
Junior Diana Williams. Junior Ashley Holmes. Junior Karen Reed. Junior Katie Thomas. Sophomore Nia Simone Bonham. Sophomore Riley Van Meter. Sophomore Chelsea Rick. Sophomore Zariah Blue. Sophomore Abby Tovar. Sophomore Emily Stevenson. And sophomore Faith Stewart. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2022 Washington Cheerleaders.
2-1 Westerville South on top of 0-3 Dublin Scioto, 14-7 here as we get ready for the start of the second half. Looking forward to a great football game, and you know it would not be football without the marching band. And the Westerville South marching band is a great one. They put on quite a show during halftime tonight. We're happy to put the Music Around marching band spotlight on that Westerville South High School marching band. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for the great job you do every single week. It's not easy to march 8 to 5 out there, which is the number of steps. Pat Semenich in the old days used to march 8 steps to 5 yards.
8 steps for 5 yards?
There was a magic and a method and mathematics to marching as well, too.
I'm going to tell you what, we would have camp. We would be coaching our guys, and the marching band would already be out working. We would go in for break after the first practice. They'd still be out working. We'd come out for our second practice. They'd still be out working. We would leave, and they'd still be out working. So I tip my hat to all the band members and just thank them for everything they provide. It just makes a Friday night, Randy. I just love it.
Now, I'm going to make you work a little bit here, all right?
Hold on now.
Tell me if you're Westerville South and Matthew Christ, what you told your team at halftime up by a touchdown.
You're telling them, you know what, we came out, we started exactly the way we were challenged to start. We had a nice drive, controlled the ball, patience, time-consuming drive, really putting Scioto's defense on their heels, attacking the field. A lot, obviously, that first drive was all Phillips running the football. Things were in control second. As they got that third drive coming down, that's when they just kind of sputtered a little bit, and that's where the challenge is going to be. Clean up the penalties. There was 4 penalties, not a lot, but enough where it stalled out that drive, and try and challenge them right now to clean it up and just put the foot on the gas and get it going.
And we're getting ready now for the Buckeye State Bank kickoff. Start enjoying the benefits of banking local at Buckeye State Bank. Get started today by visiting joinbsb.com. Some stat leaders in that first half. Dominic Bertha was 5 of 10, 96 yards and a touchdown. Nasir Phillips, 17 carries, 102 yards and no scores. Hannah, 3 carries for 42 yards and a touchdown. A squibber of a kick that is scooped up at the 5-yard line, and that's where the return will start. And a wall at the 18-yard line. 13 yards on the return, and that is it. The big hit made by that man on your screen as they'll have good field position at the 18-yard line. Solid hit that time made on the play by Eden Williams. And it'll be 1st and 10 now. I'm going to mark the ball officially just past the 18-yard line. Sir Phillips, we mentioned his stats in the first half, what he did with the football over the century mark. Did not dent the goal line. His teammate, Ethan Hanna, did. But he set up a lot of that himself. Another home appliance solution first down to start the second half. And the aforementioned running backs carrying the load now, getting the ball across the 25 to 26 is nice gain there by Nasir on that first play of the second half.
You could see South coming right back to one of the plays that was successful early on in that first drive, getting back to what's successful, getting the ball to Phillips inside.
Picks up 7 is Carl Johnson. The bespectacled wonder there, looking on along the sidelines. Young man, 23 years, is head coach, and turns 57 on December the 3rd. And to the outside, and they get it across the 30. Phillips still on his feet at midfield, and geometry working against him on the sidelines and knocked out of bounds. In fact, tackled out of bounds after he crossed midfield down to the 45-yard line. And a flag at the end of the play.
Here's where they've had a lot of success, Randy, running Phillips off that left side. You had number 51, Tyler Heilbrunn, doing a nice job pulling and kicking out. Phillips does a great job putting his foot in the ground, bouncing to the outside, and every time he goes, he bursts and he's vertical.
Was it a late hit? Did he grab the face mask? Let's find out here if there's a sideline warning as well, too.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 16, defense. Penalty will go 15 yards from the end of the run.
So what was a long run already at 29 yards, gets 15 more tacked to it. Plus 44 for Westerville South. They'll have it 1st and 10 now from the 30-yard line of the Irish on the first drive here of the second half. Phillips to the left of Bertha in the backfield with 2 wide at the top, 2 to the bottom. And we're ready for play again. Penn the widest to the bottom. And again, they love to look to the sidelines, get the play information. They do huddle at times, but the skilled guys do not, if you notice, for Westerville South. That is Hannah. Hannah is handled after a gain of 1 by Tanner Kish. Gave him a little corral, if you will.
That interior defense for Scioto playing hard. Tanner Kish, the big fella, he's playing in the nose, 6'2", 220. Nice job, penetration, eyes up, wrapping up.
He likes science, movies, music, and, a man after my own heart, part of the ping pong club as well, too.
The ping pong club?
I did that a long time ago.
There we go.
Second in my campus. And the pass is picked off the hands of the receiver, and coming back the other way, here come the Irish across the 20, up to the 28, maybe the 29-yard line as it's picked off. Elliott Bennett, the outside linebacker, able to get the interception. I thought it was Bennett. We'll wait and see if it was Bennett. I think it was, but you notice that fighting spirit along the far side. Take a look at this one more time.
Well, you talking about being at the right place at the right time. It looked like Bertha put the ball right where he wanted to have it, maybe just a little bit high.
No, that's Landon Harris making the pick in the secondary.
Yeah, but safety,
strong
Landon
safety.
Harris playing over the top. Nice job, and they did a great job bringing the ball back out.
So Harris, the backup quarterback and starting strong safety with 3 solos and 1 assist, the 6-foot senior, on the deflection gets the pick and brings the ball out to near the 30-yard line, and that's where the Irish will start on this Home Appliance Solutions first down. They'll go with a triad of receivers to the bottom and 1 to the top. More on an island to that top of the formation. Quick pop. They try to spread it out defensively, and a good job to hunt that down as that time as Dakota Dentzel tried to hit the corner. A couple of Wildcats waiting for him right at the 31-yard line.
And a good job there by Arthur getting the ball out quick, trying to get his athlete in space, trying to get something going here. Scioto's trying to capitalize on the momentum change.
Actually, as he split the 2 defenders, that's when Dakota lost his balance. So it picks up 1 on the play. Second down and 9 from the 31. 2 minutes in the second half. Looking long downfield and adjusting to the football and making the catch at the 40, all the way down to the 30-yard line. The catch is made on the play. And another first down as it's caught by Moore, who's got the catch. And again, if you're the defensive back, you got to look back. There's a flag, by the way, resting at the 38-yard line. Coverage on the play by number 10. And then Saeed Canoe. She's enjoying the action here tonight. Middle school footballer night tonight here at Dublin Scioto High School. Matthew Christ is out on the field right now.
Head coaches like to give their opinions at times to...
No, you never did that, did you?
Let the referees know what they saw, just in case they need some help. I always kept my play sheet over my mouth when I did it.
I think that penalties are going against the Irish, maybe. It's going to go all the way back.
Illegal touching. Offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Second down.
Receiver, Jariah Moore, went out of bounds as he came back in.
That's why the hat was off the official, because
Correct.
He marked the spot where he went out of bounds.
Yep.
So he goes out of bounds. He'll no longer be considered an eligible receiver. And that's why we had the chapeau missing from one of our officials, marking the spot. So that negates a huge gainer on the play, puts the ball back to the 30, and then minus another 5 from that, too, closer to the 25-yard line. The pump, the middle screen, the pressure there, and they get it up to the 31, maybe the 32-yard line. Boy, great job by the middle of that defense for the Wildcats to stay home.
They did a nice job of recognizing and feeling that was a middle screen coming. A lot of times the defensive line will just come up field and turn, but they feel like, hey, I got in too quick. You'll see them come back and retrace their steps.
Good job by big number 73 to make the hit on the play, Liam Guberneth. Guberneth makes the hit right around the 32-yard line. They need 8 more on third down. Across the middle. And the pass incomplete. Looking on the play for Ashton Wilson, the tight end. Never noticed that on the first couple tosses, but it seems more and more now that you can see Bison Arthur with more of a sidearm delivery.
He's dropping it down just a little bit. I don't know if that's a passing lane thing or if it's just something that's giving him a little bit more zip on the ball.
Again, he is a baseball player as well, too.
Yeah.
So now it's fourth down when they thought they had the ball down around the 30-yard line. Instead, they'll be punting from their own 30. And the handle is lost by Ships, and he's going to have to eat it back inside the 15-yard line, and the Wildcats get a big break with 9:12 left to go. Good pressure that time put on by the Wildcats. Drew Goff and company getting through there. And the mishandle of the snap, and now a short field for the Wildcats to try to get their third score.
Yeah, take a look at Ethan Ships, the punter back here. Snap comes in just a shade high, but it looked like Ethan might have been ready to get his steps going and get it off a little bit, just didn't finish the catch.
Goff in there almost immediately, so it's 1st and 10 from inside the 20-yard line, already inside the red zone now from the 15. And the handoff to Phillips on the Home Appliance Solution first down, and he moves the pile inside the 13, and that's about it. So it'll be 2nd down as they're deep inside the red zone. They're courtesy of Bathfitter. Transform your bathroom in one day. Get started at bathfitter.com. So it'll be 2nd down.
Gotta like the front 7 playing aggressive, getting to the football.
Love the size, though, in that offensive line, too. They can wear you down for the Wildcats with Rutherford and Horton and Bowling and Halbrun and Gubernath, a guy that's seen action on both sides. You think Phillips again here?
I think I'm going to give it to him.
Kind of trips to the top. Nope. Bertha going to look downfield into the end zone, and the pass is incomplete. Again, you can face guard in high school football. That's something I don't think fans really understand about high school football. I could put my hand in your face, so to speak, as long as I don't make contact.
You're going to get a lot of groans from the Westerville South stands.
Penn is cramping, by the way, in the end zone.
Get something like this. Good defense, good position there. Nice job by number 5, the corner, Aaron Weeks, the senior, 5'8", 155, staying, not panicking, staying in the face, playing his technique, doing a nice job.
So they'll attend to Penn in the end zone. And again, you can see him kind of grabbing that leg. And this is the point in time, Pat, where you have to start wondering about fluids and the way you've conditioned yourself during the week. As they attend to him, we'll step aside and hear from our good friends at Toyota.
With over 50 million sold worldwide, what does Toyota Corolla do for an Encore? It evolves to become more powerful, more connected, and safer. It becomes more efficient with an becomes more versatile and capable of taking your adventures even further. The new Corolla Cross with available all-wheel drive. The first ever Corolla SUV. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hello. She's enjoying the contest. She'd like it better if her team was on offense. Preston Penn methodically worked his way to the sidelines after cramping up with 8:27 left to go.
Dead ball. Illegal substitution. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
So the illegal substitution being called against the squad from Westerville South is going to march it back 5 more. Tends to happen sometimes when you have delay in action then and you have a sub that has to come on the field. Third down and long now. 3rd, and they need just about 13 from back past the 18-yard line.
Devray Kirkland down here one-on-one. Single coverage.
He's made a catch earlier, but pressure's on right up the middle. There's a toss. The defensive back confused, and there's a touchdown right across the middle. Nicely done as Jordan Wheeler makes the catch for the score. It's another Ramos Roofing touchdown. Get a free estimate on your roof. Call or text 614-761-ROOF. And look at this one. It couldn't get much easier than this.
Randy, watch Dominic Bertha buy himself a little bit of time, falling off the back of his weight just to give enough time for Jordan Wheeler to slip by the safety. Well executed.
With pressure on the play, the defensive back falls down, and you just wait for the football if you're that wide receiver in the end zone. And Wheeler corrals it for the score. Young man who likes math and science can make the big plays, and we saw it right there. And now is Quentin Sheets trying to go 9 of 9 on extra points. And the kick is up. And make it 21-7 now. 8:20 left to go. So it looked like the Irish had something going with the ball down near the 30-yard line of the Wildcats, but the penalty and the mishandled snap, and just like that, it is Westerville South up by 2 scores, 21-7 on a gorgeous night for high school football. 21-7 the tally in this one. It's time now to take a look at the Kitchen Saver scoring summary. Get your dream kitchen in under a week with a free quote at kitchensaver.com. And there it is. After the mishandled snap on the punt, 3 plays, 15 yards, and that included a penalty they had to deal with. And less than a minute later, they get the score. And they're now up by 2 touchdowns at 21-7 in this one. And they survived that substitution infraction where they had a sub leaving the field and comes back on. So it's 21-7.
Coach Johnson talked this week about the self-inflicted, penalties and turnovers that have hurt him this early in the season, and right there, that one's going to hurt for right now. But see if they can't respond.
Return from the 7-yard line will bring the ball up to the 25 on the play as Jariah Moore on the return. Folks, it is the biggest plays, the biggest schools, the best high school football. You get to see it first, thanks to First Scores on Fox 28, sponsored by Spectrum. Catch it tonight at 10:45, only on Fox 28. We may be on that. You never know that.
Here we go.
You can show some highlights from us. And your good side then, too, right?
I don't know if I have one.
Oh, you do. You look great at halftime. You having fun? Your first time ever doing this?
I'm having a lot of fun. Thank you for having me.
Go ahead, say it. Jeff who, right?
No. Hall of Famer.
Mr. Logan.
Mr. Logan.
Next week. We call him Mr. Let's see if Mr. Arthur and company can get things going on this home appliance solution first down. Fakes the toss, calls his own number. Now, if he can get back to the other end of the field, he can't. He had to cut it inside. He was looking to get that seam to the outside or the top of your screen and couldn't find that gap. So gets a short gain on the play. Picks up 2 to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, Westerville South doing a nice job of just containing inside and making sure that quarterback number 10, Bison Arthur, doesn't get loose.
Wow. Great job that time by the penetration of number 4, and that is Quan Rhodes McKee. I mean, this is a guy that goes 6'1", 220. He's a junior, second-team All-League last year, 17 solos, 3 assists, and now 2 tackles for a loss. Take a look at this. Nothing there.
He's got great instincts as a linebacker. He plays fast, plays dynamic, getting after it. He's very impressive. And he's only a junior.
That's the second time we've seen a little demonstration after play here. This is high school football, guys. So the next time you could see a flag. And speaking of flags, we see one now. We've got a procedural call. I think we have a false start on the offense with 7:16 left.
Dead ball. False start. Number 55. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
You see it on the weekends, and you think you can emulate it in a high school game, and this is a different level with different rules.
Our high school kids see so many things, whether it's on TV, through their phones, on the iPad, wherever it may be. They see a lot of celebration, having fun, and trickles down.
It's good to have fun. There are limits in the high school game. They get a little looser the older you get. Nice catch. Yes. Recovery of the football spin, and making the catch that time is Moore. Moore immediately peers to the sidelines to get the play information.
Looks like
again, you can see they have multiple colored jerseys here, people in different colors signaling plays and information.
Jariah Moore does a nice job high pointing that football. Great catch.
First down play, and the handoff up to the 38, maybe the 39-yard line. Short gain on the play, as it's going to be Denzel on the carry. We haven't seen as much of Worthington in this contest. It's kind of like first and third have been for Dakota, and second and fourth have been for Ed Worthington.
How about Dakota Denzel, one of 6 brothers to play at Scioto?
Right. He's the 5th of 6. He's got a younger brother that's in his program as well, too. That's half a team right there.
There we go.
Arthur, Bison, looking. He's got nobody open. Great coverage in the secondary, and there's the flag at the end of the play.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Number 22, defense. 15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
Penalties hurt the Irish on their prior drive. This time, it's an aid to him. Take a look one more time as Bison rolls. Got nothing. Great job by the secondary.
And Randy, the
best
thing I like about that play was Bison Arthur realizing, you know what, there's nothing happening downfield. I'm not going to force the ball and turn it over. I'm just going to run out of bounds. Good decision.
On a first down play, a little pass back. Will they throw it back? Yes, he wants to throw it back to Arthur. Arthur wants to look downfield. There's a flag on the play. Has a man wide open for a touchdown, but there's a flag on the play. So the catch is made by Ballman, but we'll see what the hanky is at the 47-yard line. subdued celebration for now. I wonder if a lineman sometimes matriculates too rapidly downfield and doesn't realize there's still another throwback coming.
Sometimes the big fellas get wandering.
Are they questioning whether we had 2 forward passes on one play, perhaps, too? I'd like to see that play again. But I want to see if that first toss was forward. The second one was backward. Wait for the call here. Let's see what Casey's got for us here.
Illegal forward pass, offense, 5 yards from the previous spot.
Let's see. I want to see
First
the
down.
first pass. The first and the third may equate to 2 forward passes on one play. All right, let's take a look at this first one. Indeed, didn't we have a little Lee Gross Cup there?
It was a forward pitch.
With a forward pitch.
Forward pitch counts as a forward pass, 100%.
So,
shoot.
2 forward passes on one play, so that negates the touchdown.
Well executed, though.
Little Utah shovel.
How about that?
So move it back to the 48-yard line. So, again, you could say the Wildcats dodge a bullet, or you could say the Irish shoot themselves in the foot. Either way, it's 1st and 15 from the 48 of Westerville South. Quick pop. And now you got him thinking defensively with the razzle-dazzle that you had on the prior play with a little motion in the backfield. And the pass is complete on the play. And it goes to Mark Gaston.
Yeah, motion away, get Gaston one-on-one. And again, nice quick release. Bison Arthur throwing with confidence.
And there's another flag.
Ineligible man downfield, 57, offense, 5 yards.
I buy that more
Still
on the
first
prior
down.
play than this play, actually. But they had a man illegally downfield. And there he is at the 42-yard line.
That's the catch on a run. That's called an RPO, a run-pass option, where you see Bison Arthur making a fake. His eyes are on the receiver, looking downfield to see if he's got that one-on-one throw, and it just took a little bit too long. Lineman downfield.
Jonico Sagan was about 8 yards downfield, so they're going the wrong direction. Now they need 20 from back at their own 47-yard line. Arthur looking, gunning downfield, has a man, adjusts the football, makes the catch, and what do you know? No flag on the play. Catch is made by Aaron Weeks, and that will move the sticks. They needed 20, and they got it, and then some.
Randy, Bison Arthur just doing a nice job. Calm, cool, collected, rolls out a little bit, gets his hips turned, just throws a seed. Well executed.
Officials timeout for injury.
So we have an injury down in the field. Actually, it's a Westerville South player slowly working their way to the sidelines. It's number 10. You can see just leaving now. That's Saeed Kanu, the DB and wide receiver, 6 feet 180 and a senior, so he will check out.
Randy, real nice job by this Dublin Scioto offensive line, keeping a clean pocket.
Quick pop, the pass behind the intended receiver. Did not break to the football. He was going downfield more. And I want to compliment the officiating crew again, the way they got together on that 2 forward pass. You could read the lips saying that was a forward pass on that first little toss. And so you could see them communicating and going through that with McKay and Stanley and Childs and Hess and Wu and Sullivan doing a great job here tonight. 2nd down and 10 from the 25-yard line for the Irish. Down by 2 scores. On the delay, Arthur doesn't have a whole lot there. Boy, there's a wrestling match going on the far side of the field. Watching on the far side and seeing the fight going between Zay Furman over there and Dylan Tainer. Arthur looking for a gap.
Just a lot of bodies on that interior run. Nice job by Westerville South, just doing a nice job. Gap control and doing a nice job with leverage on the ball.
3rd down, they need about 8 to move the sticks. I wonder if this might not be 4-down territory.
Yeah, I think you're going to see, you want to try and get some positive yardage here, but you're definitely looking for 4 down.
Because right now you're looking at about a 40-yard field goal.
Yep.
Bison back, rolling, going down. And now you may contemplate a punt and pin him deep. Sack is made on the play. Great job by the defense of the Wildcats to apply the pressure. Goff and company coming through to help make the hit. Love the experience they have at linebacker.
Yeah, it's still 4:42 left to go in this third quarter. I don't hate the idea of punting it and pinning them in. Your defense at that front seven is playing well overall if you really look at it. Play with some emotion, get after it a little bit, see if you can't get a short field back, 3 and out.
Need about 19, and right now they're making a late sub on the field. Play clock down to 8.
See what they can draw up here. They've had some success.
They're going for it. 4th down and nearly 20. Flag on the play. Looking underneath. Pass nearly picked off. I think the point is moot. The flag resting at the 39-yard line. Hankies aplenty in this third quarter. Let's see who this goes against. Arthur's not happy.
Holding. 73. Offense. Penalties declined. 1st down, Westerville South.
And that's why they're not happy. So now the Wildcats will get it back. 21-7, 4:12 left to go. If you're the Wildcats, you would love that long, slow drive right now, giving it to Phillips, and maybe just handing it off to Hannah a few times too, and maybe let Dominic Bertha do a few magical plays as well too, and get that cushion up to 3 scores.
Yeah, just get it going like they did that opening drive of just a heavy dose of Phillips inside zone, wide zone, little counter, quick throw, put it to bed.
You touched on it too. Think of the weapons too. The Wheelers out there as well too. You've got Penn, you got Kielmeyer, who's still developing as well as a wideout, just a sophomore, probably more going to be like a tight end the older and bigger he gets, as Phillips takes it out to the 39-yard line around the right-hand side. Young man in Nasir who likes working out. His parents were great athletes, 2nd team All-League last year. He hits his yardage, got a great spin move, and he runs into contact, something we touch on a number of times. Can you explain that to the folks at home, what we mean by that?
When there's nowhere else to go, he's going to give you nothing but shoulder pads and knees and accelerate, and the defense is going to feel that hit.
And he doesn't get hit at all. Down the sidelines, Nasir Phillips outrunning everybody. Can he go all the way? He cannot. Push out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And we talked about it. Can they make something happen? But wait, there's a hanky back at the 39-yard line. The officials may have more yardage than the two teams tonight here in this third quarter. What do you got, Casey? Holding. Okay.
Holding. Number 76. Offense. 10 yards from the spot. Repeat 2nd down.
And along with being an official, you get a good workout as well, too.
Let's take a look at Big Mitchell Burke here, 76. Got a little bit in there, but man, you tell you what, once you see 21 hit that corner and Nasir Phillips puts his foot in the ground and goes, I thought he was to the house, but nice job there by number 5 for the Irish. Aaron Weeks not giving up on the play, just playing hard to the whistle.
He's got some speed on the outside. Then the ball back at the 30-yard line. They need 14 now. 3.5 left to go on this 2nd down play. Dominic Pierce to the sidelines. Asked Coach Christ about the run-pass mix. He goes, I'd like to throw it more. He said, right now we're about 60-40, 70-30 run to pass, but they're putting up more in this contest. There's Penn, who's got it. Short gain on the play, and gang tackled, knocked down after he had forward progress out to around the 33-yard line.
Yeah, when you have Phillips and Hannah in the backfield, it's one big bold print on your play sheet. Run the ball. Make sure the offensive coordinator sees it.
Good job by Bennett and company on defense. So now big play for the Wildcats. They've got it out to the 34. They need 10 more. 3 minutes left in the quarter. And Hannah on the delay is going to get it up to the 37-yard line. Again, 3 Irish swarm to the football to make the hit on the play, and that will end this drive and force a punting scenario now for the Wildcats.
Randy, playing against a Carl Johnson coach team, getting yardage inside was always challenging. In this front seven, 2:35 left to go in the third quarter, down 14, are still getting after it, competing. You got to love that. They're giving their team an opportunity.
We talk about flying to the ball. Alex Place, when he's a D coordinator, you know the coach Place is going to have those guys flying, and they did so on that play too. So punting situation now. Good snap. Oh, look at this rocket kick. At the 15-yard line is where the return will start. Nice sidestep to elude one. And Moore's going to have a nice return. Jiraiya up to around the 33-yard line. Oh, the battle between these two cities will continue next week. Westerville and Dublin. Although it is not these two teams, it is Westerville Central. Coach Miley taking on Dublin Kaufman and the Rocks. Rocks with a big win over Kent McKinley. I know Kent McKinley's struggling this year, but when you beat that program, you've done something.
Absolutely. That's going to go big win. We call that a big win sign on the big win board.
They got that cushion of 2 points in that game last week, and of course, huge game this week between Kaufman and the Celtics of Dublin Jerome. Remember when Jerome was a little kid on the block?
Not anymore.
No. There's 3 big kids now.
Yep.
And they don't share. Home Appliance Solution first down from near the 33-yard line. Not this time. Great job by that defense. And there's a flag at the end of the play. Boy, the first guy to come knifing through there was Zay Furman. Yep. And a penalty flag at the 30, and a helmet also knocked off, too.
And 23, Dylan Shoemaker, always around the football tonight.
Personal foul, face mask, number 23, defense, 15 yards from the end of the run.
Explain
first down.
The loss of the headgear then, huh?
Shoemaker playing aggressive, getting after it a little bit. Looks like he makes contact and might just,
grabbed it at the end and took it off.
Yep. Just got it wrapped up in the face mask a little bit.
He didn't like the helmet. He thought he should wear a different one. First and 10 from the 43. And sidestepping and getting out to near midfield and nearly losing his jersey on the play is Dio Olabatui. Gets a chance to carry the ball.
Take a look at Olabatui here coming in. The middle linebacker actually getting a little bit of touching out here on the outside. The 6'1", 195-pound senior doing a nice job of giving a little spark.
Quick pop, pass is complete inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. As once again the pass goes to Jariah Moore, the 6'1" senior. He's 6'1", 180. Batui goes 195, so you've got good size with those two guys and really good speed, too, on the outside.
Yeah, it looks like Scioto's got a little bit something going here. They're trying to get away with the quick RPOs. Jariah Moore getting in stride a little bit. See if they can't put something together here.
Under 90 ticks left in the quarter. Arthur had plenty of time. Calls his own number and gets it down to around the 40-yard line. Good job by the coverage in that secondary. If you look out there, you can see one guy just hawking each wideout. Great job in the secondary for the Wildcats.
Yeah, the Wildcats secondary very disciplined here, doing a nice job of just doing their job, staying in coverage, not falling off and coming up and letting the guy get behind you.
So they'll mark him out at the 41-yard line, picks up a couple on the play. Second down and a long 7.
Yep.
Quick pop. Got his tie it in.
Yep.
And extends that body another 2 yards. Making the catch that time is Ashton Wilson for the third time. Young man who likes science and part of FCA. Had a pretty good game last week. 3 catches, 31 yards, and a touchdown against Berlin. Their only score against the Bears.
Great eyes there by Bison Arthur. Eyes and feet. Did a nice job of getting the ball in, but looking downfield, run past option, quick throw.
Injury.
We have an official's timeout. We've got a Westerville South player cramping up, it looks like, at the 28-yard line along the far side near the hash mark, so they'll attend to him right there at the 28. And again, many times if it's a specialty guy for South, you're talking about a two-way starter, Jordan Wheeler, the guy that starts in the secondary and also as a wide out or slot man, still down on the turf. We touched on it with cramping. You know, it's something, Pat, you prepare for days in advance, right?
Yeah, you're talking to your guys about it. You know the weather that's coming, and obviously early in the season, it's definitely going to be hot and muggy in Central Ohio. So you're working that. You're working the hydration during practice. You're working it at home, and then obviously even at school during the day, you'll see guys carrying gallon jugs of water around. Gaston
being attended to along the near side for the Irish as well, too. So did you do something to some of the players? Did you tell them, I want to see a jug of water in your hand in class and everything like that, or not?
We highly recommended it, and our strength coach, Jeff Sides, does a great job of teaching why it's so important.
Now, are you allowed to carry water to class? I don't know. I thought maybe there's a rule against that because there's rules for everything.
There is rules for everything right now. The water is safe, and so you definitely see and encourage. You know, that was my message to all the New Albany guys today during the day was make sure you're hydrating. It's going to be warm tonight, so I know that Coach Chris and Coach Johnson doing the same thing with their guys.
So mark the ball inside the 31. Another Home Appliance Solution first down as we're down to 104 and ticking here in the third quarter. And Arthur glides inside to the 30, maybe down to around the 28-yard line. Picks up about 3 on the play. And again, you look at this and the contrast of styles. It looks like South can score on the quick burst, but it looks like Dublin Scioto has to put together a multi-play drive to get things going.
Yeah, Dublin Scioto, their first out production is huge and key to their success on drives. Making sure like they did there, getting that 5-yard gain. Arthur do a nice job. Now it opens up the playbook for you.
Arthur will keep, contemplated the little option toss and gets it inside the 25 to the 23. And we'll see how rapidly they get back into the line of scrimmage. It could be the last play of the third quarter.
Got a little bit of momentum going here. Maybe South getting a little bit cramped up. See if they can't finish this off.
They're going to try to snap it again with 15 seconds left to go. And Denzel will try to get it inside the 22 to near the 21. It looks like he's shy of the sticks from this point, and that will be the last play of the quarter. So the Irish, with their eyes, will they be smiling when we start the fourth quarter? We will find out together. They're down 21-7 to Westerville South, who's 2-1, but the Irish are driving. Fourth quarter of week number 4, just around the corner on Central Ohio Toyota Dealers Friday Night Rivals, presented by Columbus State Community College, right here on the CW Columbus. They are enjoying the contest. They'd like it better if their team was performing just a little bit better. We've got some score updates for you, too. Pick Central on top of Pick North, 14-7 in the fourth quarter.
Timeout. Westerville South.
Wow.
It's their first.
Before we even play a play in the fourth quarter, they burned their first. Also, Big Walnut on top of Delaware, 17-14 in the fourth quarter. So updates on a couple of the big games going on throughout Central Ohio. We'll have a big game next week with Dublin Kaufman and also taking on Westerville Central. With that being said, there they are. Take a look. You can find them. The Dublin Scioto High School Marching Band. This is a band filled with amazingly talented musicians. Their fans love them, and that's why we are happy to put the Music Go Round Marching Band spotlight on this outstanding group. Tip of the cap to the Dublin Scioto High School Marching Band as they performed here tonight. All right. Any idea why you take a timeout that early before you even had a snap of the fourth quarter?
There's a miscommunication, maybe a personnel. Somebody thought they should have been in the game and was not. Maybe didn't have everybody on the field, but Coach Chris didn't like what he saw. And this is a big fourth down, 4th and 1 from the 22-yard line for Scioto. So looking to convert.
They thought they had it. They did not, short by just more than the length of the football for Arthur and company. And look who's in the backfield again. And Arthur going to try to wedge his way inside the 21-yard line, and South says he didn't do it. They're looking at the sticks along their side of the field, and we'll see where they mark it. And no, he's not going to have it. He's going to be short by about a yard. So big stand that time by the defense of Eric Callan and company. And they will get the ball back.
How about the middle linebacker, Quan Rhodes-McKee, number 4, doing a great job getting low, taking out the legs of Arthur, and not letting him get that coveted first down. Great job there by the linebacker from Westerville South.
And also Liam Guberneth standing up the offensive lineman and pushing the pile back a little bit to not allow much of a seam there for Arthur to find. So give it back now to the Wildcats. Around the 22, it is Phillips. Well, he's been an Iron Man in this contest, but he's not going to go anywhere this time. That little spin move probably cost him another yard. They came up to the outside and just tried to pinch it inside. There was absolutely nothing there. Good job by that defense. Strong play that time by Israel Hernandez-Gomez, big number 65. And Phillips kind of shaking his left hand a little bit there.
This front 7 for Dublin Scioto doing a great job into the fourth quarter, playing aggressive, playing as a unit, pursuing of the football, and playing physical.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Phillips again. Pushes it. Again, they're trying to milk some of that clock, but you almost sense that Dublin Scioto is almost selling out to make sure they can negate that run.
Make sure you stop the run and force them to try and beat you on the outside. But like you've talked about, Randy, Westerville South has weapons all over the field, and they spread you out.
Matthew Chris in the white jersey in the back there. Last year 8-3, 2 years ago 7-1, 3 years ago 6-5. Averaged 325 yards total offense per game, 207.7 running and 117.3 passing. They need 8 yards on this third down play. Quick pop out to the 30 to the 31-yard line, and it looks to be just close, but I think he's going to be shy of the sticks by about a yard for big number 5 on the play, Jalen Wheeler. So what do you do now here? Do you go for it on fourth down? You try to draw off the Irish.
I got to think you go try hard count, right?
And they are trying that as you look at the pass play on the slant one more time. 17 on the play clock. I like the coaches that wait till about 3 or 4 and then actually snap the ball and go for it.
All of a sudden a little quick.
Give the fans a
quick sneak attack.
Cardiac arrest. Look at him.
Right?
He just, I'm ready. I'm ready. Am I going to snap it? No, I'm not.
I'm out. Westerville South.
Okay.
It's their second.
Now they take their second timeout. I would almost rather take the 5 yards and I think save those timeouts.
Save the timeout and punt it away, right?
Since they've burned 2 timeouts in a period of, 2 minutes and 8 seconds here to start the fourth quarter. You're down to 1 timeout left.
Long way to go. And like you talked about, those timeouts are gold. You want to keep those in your back pocket.
So they'll take the timeout and regroup along the far sideline. And I have something to remind you about. You know, a lot happens in a day, so turn to Central Ohio's most watched local news feed. Bob Kendrick, Station to Kid, and Marshall McPeak for the final word on the day's top stories impacting you, your family, and your community. ABC 6 News is on your side tonight at 11 o'clock. I watch them. You should watch them, too. I watch Channel 6 all day. If I'm not, I'm watching Fox 28 or the CW. Fourth down play and a little more than 1, and they're going to go for it. They're going to hand it off, and I don't think so. The defense of the Irish stood them up. You talked about the strength of that front 7. That was an ultimate mosh pit right there at the 31-yard line. And look at the amount of time it takes to untangle the bodies. 6 guys in a heap here.
Nice job by that Scioto front, pinching inside. All defensive linemen are going towards the football, really trying to create no space, anticipating that inside run from Westerville South.
And there's an injured player on the field, and also it is not a first down, and we got a cramping situation now, I think. And up rapidly after that, a quick little adjustment to Jariah Moore, who came up to help make the play. He comes up, and he'll come off the field. He'll have to sit out a play, though, because they did slow down the contest here and take a little break there to allow him to get up. So he'll have to miss a play. The ball resting at the 32-yard line, 9:46 left to go. And now the Irish get it back. Were you surprised about the Wildcats going for that?
You know what? When you've got the success they've had, like you've talked about, the offensive line and the ability to be able to move this defensive front a little bit and the 2 backs, you know, I know Coach Chris wants to believe in his guys and get them going, and you got to like the call. But great defense there by Scioto.
Another Bowling Green State University first down. Rolling is Arthur, looking down to the corner of the end zone. The pass is caught. Was he inbounds? They're going to say no, he was not. Roll him out. Did he have 1 foot in? That was the question, and the answer is no, according to our official, Aaron Weeks, trying to make the catch. We'll take a look one more time, and we'll give you a great angle on this, and you judge at home.
Nice job there by number 10, Bison Arthur, turning his shoulder, giving his receiver a chance.
Ooh. Oh. Lost track of the left foot, and he didn't hold on to the football on top of everything else.
But good ball there by number 10, the senior Bison Arthur.
That's the thing. He didn't maintain possession either, so it's kind of a moot point. So now Arthur goes downfield with an incomplete pass. Third down. You couldn't see the way it was screened there that he actually didn't corral that football at the end of the play, too. So it'll be third down now. And again, you've got to think it's 4-down territory if you're the Irish down by 2 scores.
Yeah, you got to love how the Scioto Irish, they just keep getting after it and just keep competing on both sides of the football. Number 10 on offense, finding his way a little bit with Jariah Moore, number 6, throughout the second half.
If you throw, do you look for Moore or perhaps Wilson to tie it in?
Yeah.
No, they'll dump it out of the backfield. They'll swing pass, and they've got the first down as Dakota Denzel makes the catch and motors inside the 20-yard line with 9:27 left to go.
Andy, well-designed play here. You're going to run off the secondary knowing that you're going to get man coverage at some point. Swing it out there to number 7, Dakota Denzel. Just get your athlete going a little bit.
On this first down play, they get the ball down to the 17-yard line. We lose the helmet again. And some more on the catch as we're inside the backfield red zone. We also have a flag on the play. Did they grab the helmet off by getting the face mask? Let's wait and see. A lot of moving parts on that play. And the one thing you kind of forget is Westerville South seems to be controlling this game, yet 1 touchdown here, and it's a 1-score game.
And you are in a ball game right now. That's just because Dublin Scioto, the kids keep competing both sides of the football, just getting after it.
Let's see the call. Get the number.
Personal foul, targeting, defense. We'll go half the distance to the goal. First down.
So targeting. We'll move the ball inside the 10-yard line with 9:22 left to go. Again, leading with that helmet.
Let's take a look here, Randy. Westerville South flying to the football a little bit. And, yeah, you're going to get that helmet to helmet. And that's tough. It looked like Cameron Garcia just trying to come up and make a tackle. People can remember the Ohio State Clemson game, and when you get 2 helmets colliding.
First and goal from the 7-yard line. Off the left side, they take it. They get the ball inside the 5 to round to 3. Arthur on the carry. You would almost think that if he was healthy, this would be Worthen territory, right?
I would think so. And you got that big fella, number 45, 5'9", 225. Let's get him downhill.
But I don't see him in this contest. Second down and goal. Inside the red zone here again. And little pop, and the pass, was it caught? Oh, what a play for a touchdown. It was almost, or maybe it even was deflected along the far side of the field, then corralled by Mark Gaston for another touchdown. That's a Ramos Roofing touchdown. For a free estimate on your roof, call or text 614-761-ROOF. That pass just floated out there almost in slow motion, and it looked like it wasn't going to be complete on the play. And watch the defender's hand reach out for the football, and then watch Gaston with the recovery. It is little flick there by big number 23 on the play. Dylan Shoemaker, the outside linebacker, got a paw on it, changed the path of the ball, and then the recovery by Gaston, and then the extra point by Ethan Ships, and now it is a 1-score game with 8:52 left to go. We'll step aside for only 30 seconds and hear a message from our friends at Toyota.
With over 50 million sold worldwide, what does Toyota Corolla do for an encore? It evolves to become more powerful, more connected, and safer. It becomes more efficient with an available 52 MPG hybrid. And now it becomes more versatile and capable of taking your adventures even further. The new Corolla Cross with available all-wheel drive. The first ever Corolla SUV. Toyota. Let's go places.
So the inability of Westerville South to convert on a 4th and short, and the ability of Dublin Scioto to take it down the short end of the field there and get the touchdown, makes this a 1-score game. We talk about putting away an opponent. The Wildcats had that opportunity, but they have not been able to do it. You should check out your Kitchen Saver scoring summary, and that was rapid after the change of possession there. Your dream kitchen is under a week away with a free quote at kitchensaver.com. That man, Mr. Gaston, took it in. And man, he likes basketball, working out, and he likes fashion. It's a fashionable catch there with some style points. And the return going to start from the 7. A nice gap up to the 27. 19 yards on the return. And the return on the play by Jalen Wheeler. All right, so you're Westerville South, Pat. You've got the ball back. You're up by a touchdown. You are very conservative for a period of time on offense. I would assume that the offensive playbook is open here on this Bowling Green State University first down.
Randy, it's going to be open, and the offensive coordinator is getting data from the box saying, what are our best plays in this second half? What is working? And let's get back to it a little bit. Momentum is such a powerful thing in high school football, and Scioto's got it right now.
Wheeler readjusts to the top of the set. For Bertha and company, a first down and 10. And it's Phillips to the outside. He's a runaway train out to near the 37-yard line. Picks up close to 10 on that first down play. Do you communicate more or less right now as Phillips gets a nice gain on a situation like this where the other team has come back? Are you talking more to the guys upstairs or less?
You're talking more. You're trying to find out exactly. You're trying to isolate what exactly have we had success with. Is it left? Is it right? Inside? Outside? Who's got the hot hand? 21 and 22. Those are your guys that you're going to feed. Give them the ball.
Phillips with a gain of 9. They need one more in the second down play. And they got about that much and not much more. So they got it up to around the 38-yard line, enough to move the sticks for another first down. But good job by the middle of that defense. And a guy that's played very strong in the second half is Hernandez Gomez.
Israel Hernandez Gomez, defensive tackle, doing a nice job. Again, that interior line, penetration, and really squeezing on the football. I think that inside run is really just going to be designed to set up that outside with Phillips. Phillips has had success on that wide zone of the boundary.
First and 10 from the 38-yard line to show and blitz. Are they coming? They clock down to 10. Down to 3 when they snap it. And nothing there. The middle is the strength of that defense for the Irish, and you're playing right into their hands.
You're playing right in, and again, you're trying to bring them in a little bit, hoping that you can get them to call that pinch or be anticipating that inside run, and then all of a sudden give it to 21 or 22, Phillips or Hannah, let them put their foot in the ground, get outside.
Ola Batui helps to make the hit, a gain of about a foot. Second down and 10 now, approaching 7 minutes left to go. Do you go to the outside right now if you're the Wildcats? Since there's been a brick wall on the inside.
Sure has.
That man contemplates his decision. The returning starter. Reminds you a lot of Pete Pedroza, who they've had in the past. They do go outside, and the ball free and squirts right into the hands of the Westerville South player. Right in the hands of Devray Kirkland. Talking about Johnny on the spot. He makes the catch after it goes through the hands of his receiver, Buddy, and gets the first down. Just the way you draw it up, right?
Westerville South attacking wide, getting the ball to number 5. Jaden Wheeler, all of a sudden, ball comes out a little bit, but there's Devray Kirkland doing a nice job catching the ball and get back upfield, first down.
Carl Johnson and company trying to complain, hey, we can't Dave Casper this thing. Move the ball to the 49-yard line. First and 10 from there. Play clock is down to 4. They want it reset, though. Yeah. Okay, they get it reset to 24. The locals still not happy with that.
It might be out of popcorn at the concession stand.
Yeah, that's one of the things. On this BGSU first down, the handoff right up the middle. It is Nasir Phillips, and he's got it inside the 45 down to around the 43-yard line. So a nice burst from Phillips of about 8 yards. He's the kind of running back, when you look at him, he can tire you out as the game goes on from his physical style of running.
You're exactly right. I mean, they've been hammering him and giving him the ball. You know, coming into the game, he's averaging 22 carries a game. I'd be anxious to see stat-wise what he's got right now.
On a second down and a couple. Halfway through the fourth quarter. They're coming. Leaves a gap. They come up from the middle, and Phillips starts to the right, then darts back to the left and finds the opening there along the near hash, and will move the sticks with another BGSU first down at the 36-yard line.
And Randy, talk about that vision. Once he saw and felt that hole open up, puts that right foot in the ground, drops the hips, and gets vertical. Now those shoulder pads and knees are coming at you.
Phillips now 28 carries, 174 yards, and just very methodical. You know, it's not like these huge bursts where he's gaining 70 or 80 yards. He has earned every yard he's gotten out there in this contest tonight.
And he hops up and is ready for another carry.
One more, please. And he picks up 4 more. Down to 5:20 left to go. Well, if you're Dublin Scioto, you have to be selling out, I would think, somewhere along the line here defensively. You already blitzed a few times from the middle. And if you're Westerville South, you've got more weapons, but if you can control the clock, snap it when you're under 10 or 5 seconds left, it's a win-win for you.
Exactly. What you're really on defense, you're really trying to get the second and third guy to get there and start stripping after the football. First guy make contact, stop the leg drive. Everybody else hit and strip.
Wildcats halfway home, 2nd and 5 now. Nope, not this time. Defense is waiting for big number 22, Ethan Hanna. Hanna could not find a gap off the right-hand side. Sets up a 3rd down play. Remember, too, Westerville South has only 1 timeout remaining, and meanwhile, Dublin Irish, Scioto squad, still with their full complement of 3. What do you call here? You lost about 1.5 yards.
Lost about 1.5 yards. 3rd and 5, about 3rd and 8.
Is it 4 down territory for them? Or do you try to pin them deep if you don't get it here, depending on the yardage, I guess? Wants to go long downfield, has a man. Can he just to the football? He cannot. Tough catch. That would have been over the outside shoulder there on the play for number 5. Jalen Wheeler. So Wheeler cannot hunt it down. So now you set up a 4th down. Do you kick it here?
I'd be interested to see, let's get a kick, let's get a punt, try and get a coffin corner to try and make, if Scioto's going to drive, make him go 98, 99 yards on it. But
Coach
with the
Chris,
weapons like you talk about that South has.
a man that has led his team to the playoffs in recent years in 19, 20, and 21. Looking to do it again, and they show the propensity to go for it here on a 4th down and nearly 8. With pressure on, looks, throws, has his man, and he dropped it. At the 19-yard line, Penn thought he inked one, and it goes in and out of his hands, and a break for Dublin Scioto as the Wildcats got one with that pass earlier that went through the hands of one receiver into another. This one goes out of the breadbasket of Penn, and the Irish will get it back.
Man, Dominic Bertha sitting in there right to the last split second before contact. Eyes downfield, throws a nice ball to Preston Penn. Would have been a 1st down.
And if you're the Irish, you now would love that long, slow drive and get a late score and maybe have something to contemplate if you do score on what to do for 1 or 2.
You got momentum.
But first, they have to start it from the 33-yard line. Wildcat defense ready. The handoff. And pushing and trying to get something is Dakota Denzel, and he got maybe a couple of yards. Good job by that defense just to string out the play.
Yeah, like you talked a little bit about there, Dakota Denzel. Coach Johnson calls him a baller, loves to get the ball in his hands. 4th quarter, 4 minutes to go, that 1st down. That's who they gave it to.
He's got 16 carries, 64 yards, 18 catches, 127 yards. He's 0 for 1 even passing as well, too. Picked up 2 on that play. 2nd down and 8. Shoemaker coming from the outside, causes the pressure, pinches inside. Ballet moves by Arthur, who lost the football, and the Wildcats have it at the 41-yard line. The spin move, the second one, cost him as Claude Rhodes-McKee got the ball. We've got a player down, and we've got a flag down as well. Player down at the 36, a flag down at the 38. It is an Irish player who's on the turf. And we'll sort out all of this. And we also have a Wildcat player who's cramping up now as well along the far side of the 40. Talk about a battle of attrition tonight.
You're not kidding. You got to love Bison Arthur and his competitive spirit, though. He's doing everything he can to gain positive yardage in the 4th quarter here to try and will his team into the end zone.
Meanwhile, let's get the penalty call here.
Dead ball, personal foul, number 27, defense. It was after the play.
Post-possession.
We'll have a 1st down. Westerville.
All right, so it was after the turnover, so Westerville South will get possession of the ball, but they'll be penalized from the spot of the infraction after they recover the fumble.
Take a look here at Arthur doing a nice job. Watch his spin move coming up, Randy. He sees it, feels where the defense is coming from, be able to get more positive yardage. And right there at the end, the ball comes off the body, and that's when it's going to get loose.
Tell you what, Zay Furman, with that hit near the end of the play, helped to dislodge the ball. And there's a ball that will not get dislodged because that thing is heavy. And it goes to the winner. That magical orb majestically waits along the sidelines to be corralled by one of these combatants at the end of 3:54 on the clock, or perhaps longer. It's a Bowling Green State University first down now for the Wildcats from the 44-yard line.
You've got a couple of those trophies in the New Albany head football coach's office back on campus.
Wait, did you win the games or just take them? Okay, you won. That's right. Nothing there that time. Now, do you start contemplating using your timeouts if you're the Irish, because you held them there for a loss of a couple on the play?
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea to bird one here quick, right?
Well, let's see if they wait till after second down, perhaps, maybe. Ball goes back to the 42-yard line. They're going to lose a couple. It'll be second down and 12. Clock, like sands through the hourglass, getting smaller and smaller, down to 3.5 left to go. Wildcats, you wonder if they can get one or two more first downs, can ice this thing and get victory number 3. It's a keeper this time, and Bertha had an opening, but Dominic lost his balance at the 41-yard line. And a timeout now taken by Dublin Scioto.
Dublin Scioto.
So they burned the timeout. Take a look. You know, they've been setting this up all game, and finally he gets the play he wants to go to the outside on a keeper, and he just stares at the turf. And now, I wonder if something happened, if he cramped up, and indeed that is the case. It looks like
it kind of looked like how he went down, right? Yeah. Like his mind knew what he wanted to do, and his body said, "Hold on a second."
He's explaining it right now. He said, "I had an opening there," and the hands up in the air like, "I had it." Oh. And now instead he's dealing with that. So that also means a change at quarterback too.
Yep. So we're gonna have a backup quarterback. Is it gonna be?
But Dublin Scioto though did burn their timeout. So in theory, with a stoppage in action. I remember when Whitehall had that happen in the '84 state championship game.
Get out.
Brian Jones lost his helmet and was dinged up for a second. They burned the timeout. He was able to come back in. Jeff Jones did that along the sidelines, only to lose in overtime. Boy, but he looks like
he's locked up pretty good, isn't
he? He is kind of gimpy. So I wonder, Rhett Godwin has seen some time. He's 5'8", 155, and a senior. He wears number 12, and that is not the stature of a man that could even hand off the football right now. So you just wonder who's going to come in and quarterback. Will it be he? Will it be somebody else? And what a time to come into this contest. And indeed, it is Rhett who will get the nod. 3:18. Well, you got to think if you're the Irish defense, they're going to give it to Phillips. I'm sending 12 guys right now. Bring the house.
Quarterback coming in off the bench. I don't think he's going to be throwing it all that much.
Hand off to Phillips, but he's got a gap to the outside, across midfield, spins, he's got the first down. You know it's coming, but you get him to the outside, one-on-one, and Nasir Phillips says, I will do it myself, and that was huge for the Wildcats.
You've got an 8-man box inside. Only way to go is get outside, doing a nice job there off the left side of this offensive line, anchored by number 71, Trey Rutherford for Westerville South. But 21, you got to give it to him. Nasir Phillips, he gets better almost, Randy, as the game goes on.
18 yards on the carry, has the first down at the 41-yard line with 2:55 left to go. Godwin peers to the sidelines on this BGSU first down. And it's Hannah time, and he's going down at the 45-yard line. Now, do you take another one, or do you wait if you're Dublin Scioto to after second down? That's answered. That's their second timeout.
Timeout. Scioto.
You're right. We'll take a timeout. We'll take a break. Thank you, Casey. With 2:36 left to go, we'll take a break here on the CW Columbus. Yes.
you get the Dublin one?
Welcome back to Dublin Scioto High School, trailing Westerville South 21-14. We can tell you, too, that Dublin Jerome has just beat Dublin Kaufman. The Celtics get the victory 19-7 in that game.
It's a big win.
Second down. Need about 13. Godwin's still in there, and the handoff, and it's Hannah churning down to the 41 now. Do you use the third one? I guess you do. They've exhausted their complement of 3 with 2.5 left to go.
Timeout. Scioto. It's their third.
And now Hannah with a bit of a gimpy step to the sidelines. Kind of dragging the right leg just a little bit there. Time now to check who our player of the game is. Now, granted, there's still time left in this one, but if the game ended right now, Pat,
yep.
we would pick big number 21. He's nearly rushed for 200 yards. I wouldn't say that he's done that 50 or 60-yard run like we said, but, man, he gets the tough yardage. I don't want to say he's unspectacular either, but he works hard at what he does. He's got moves, he's got speed, he's got power, and Nasir Phillips is our player of the game.
And it's always forward, it's always vertical, and it ends with a pop at times. So come fourth quarter, you're going to feel it.
He's got the shoulder moves, too. He can shake, he can bake, flat out run, and he's got that lower center of gravity that we talked about, too.
Yep.
Guy goes 5'8", 195, likes working out. Against Darby, 13 carries, 78 yards. Against Westerville Central, 28 for 159. And against Olentangy, 26 for 161. Here he's, about 5 yards away from 200 in his contest. His team faces a 3rd down and 10. And guess who's back in there? Bertha, but he's going to hand it off to Phillips, and Phillips carries defenders down to the 35-yard line. Shy of the sticks by about 4 yards, so it's going to set up 4th down. Do you go for it here with 2:17 left to go?
2:17, fourth quarter. No timeouts for anyone, right? Wildcats do have one left. They've done it in the past. I think they're going to go.
Do you have to do anything with that kinesiology tape there on his left arm?
It's getting some work tonight.
Yeah. It's aerodynamic.
He's over 30 carries, isn't he?
Yep, he is. And is he at 200? He's at 200 yards now. 201 to be exact if you're scoring at home. So now you've got a 4th down play. You got that timeout. Do you burn the clock all the way down and then take the timeout at 0 on the play clock? 3, 2, 1.
Yep.
And they burn the timeout. With 1:41 left. Tell me.
Timeout. Westerville South. It's their second.
No, it's their third. They burned 2 early. They burned 1 at the very beginning of the quarter.
Yep. Correction. That's their second, or that's their third timeout.
That's okay, Casey. It happens.
Anyway, out a little bit. Nice job there.
21-14. All right.
You got the magic button right to him?
That's right. I talked to him. We're like this. All right. What do you do right now on both sides of the football? First of all, your Dublin Scioto. You need that ball. You need the hold. Are you going to sell out again, too?
You're going to sell out if Westerville South goes for it. I would actually try to punt the football down, win the game on defense, try and get them pinned inside, and force Scioto to go with to travel 95 to 98 yards without any timeouts.
All right. And so you're saying Westerville South maybe kick it. If not, is it Phillips' time one more time?
I anticipate somehow, some way you're going to get the ball to 21 or the quick throw to the outside. They've had some success on those soft, skinny posts that are kind of those sit in the zone posts.
You got to get it right.
Yep.
Because you have no more timeouts if you are the Wildcats. Bertha back in there for a second play after the injury. He wants to throw. He's roaming around. He's looking downfield. And he throws it up in and overthrows the receiver inside the 10-yard line. And now the Irish will get the ball back. They have to drive the length of the field. They have 1:36 left to go in regulation.
And the challenge with that play, I love that there was an opportunity there for a touchdown, but the incomplete pass stops the clock. So got to credit Westerville South going after it, being aggressive, trusting their guys, but tip your hat to Scioto, playing defense, full 4 quarters, getting after it, get their ball back for their offense with a chance to tie it.
Keep in mind you can down the football in high school football, and also you get the clock stopped when you get a first down to reset the chains. Another BGSU first down. From the 36, they need 74 yards, and they need it in 136. Looking, gunning downfield. Pass incomplete at the 45-yard line.
So you can see Westerville South's defense a little bit, playing a little umbrella coverage early on, trying to keep things in front, knowing that Scioto does not have any timeouts. Keep it in front, and then you can start to bring that pressure a little bit later if there's some success.
Moore has been that deep threat, if there is one, for the Irish in this contest. And then it was 2nd and 10. Arthur looking, gunning long downfield, and there's a little contact at the 35, and they're going to throw the flag on the contact. Big play there for the Irish. That'll move the sticks. It's not the hardest contact you're ever going to see.
No, there was contact there, and I think this crew's done a nice job all night long, Randy, making calls.
Pass interference, number 6 defense, 15 yards from the previous spot. First down.
So it has come down to half the football field and 1:27 on the clock for the Irish to tie or win.
Take a look here. You can see Arthur taking a shot. Like you said, just a little bit of contact there.
The home side's happy. Not so for the other side. 1st and 10 from the 49 of the Wildcats. And the pump by Arthur. Once the throw dumps underneath, they're not going to get much out of this. They'll pick up about 2 yards on the play as the catch is made by Dakota Dentzel, but the clock continues to evaporate with 1:15 left to go. 3rd down. Second down, rather, and 8.
Good pressure right there by Westerville South's defense.
From the 47. Arthur with time and with yardage if he wants it. Will throw downfield, has a man on the slant, pass incomplete at the 11-yard line, intended on the play for Moore. Right now, I think if you're Dublin Scioto, if you can find 8 yards on 3rd down, you have to take the underneath stuff and continue to move the sticks.
Yeah, you're going to want to go ahead like you talked about, Randy. Get the first down, get up fast, reset, get a quick throw for that first down play.
The arm was a little high there, huh?
A little bit there.
Moore wanted it. Moore got less. 3rd down and 8.
See if South brings pressure.
Arthur looks, has a man, catch is made inside the 30-yard line. Count it, it goes to Bauman. Drew Bauman makes the catch, that'll move the sticks. And the clock will stop as he goes out of bounds, plus move the chains down to 50.7 left to go, and then they needed 29 yards.
Well executed play by both quarterback, receiver, and offensive line.
Looking, Arthur backside pressure and throws it incomplete. Boy, he was getting very close to getting drilled in perhaps a loose football with pressure coming from behind him and to the right.
There's no foul for intentional grounding. He was outside of the free blocking zone.
And that's one thing we talked about, too. You can be outside the free blocking zone, and you extend the neutral zone line. It's geometry. Basically, the line of scrimmage as long as the ball gets there as well, too. A good explanation by Casey. I'm calling him Casey because we've been close here in the second half.
You got that magic button to him.
He's a good guy. Don't know him, but he's a good guy. 2nd down. Quick pop and incomplete. The receiver never turned around. Moore never looked back for the football. He was running more of a fly pattern instead of an out pattern.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there, looks like. Number 10, Bison Arthur, wanted that back shoulder fader like he talked about, maybe break it off on a comeback route. But Gerard Moore was taking the top off. He wanted to take it to the house.
2 more chances to get 10. 2 more chances for the Wildcat defense to shut it down. You see time remaining.
South is doing a nice job on this defensive series. I've been watching Ethan Hanna, the will linebacker, number 22. At times he's spying Bison Arthur just playing soft, and at times they're coming after with pressure.
Because he is a threat to run. And there is Hanna going after him right there, and there's the pass, and it's picked off. Intercepted by Westerville South. Down the sidelines they go, inside the 40, to the 30, to the 20. What a backbreaker and what a win it will be for Westerville South. Taking it the distance is Jalen Wheeler. Takes it in for the touchdown,
And there's no score for the Irish, but there is one for the Wildcats. It's another Ramos Roofing touchdown. For a free estimate on your roof, call or text 614-761-ROOF, and that will put a cap on it. Now there's a flag here at the 13-yard line.
Interesting to see what this call is going to be, but how about Jalen Wheeler, the senior? Great pressure there, like we had talked about, 22. Ethan Hanna doing a nice job forcing the throw. Jalen Wheeler breaks on the ball, the senior.
80 yards.
Got a little pep in his step.
Yep, on the return. And there's the hanky at the 13-yard line. We're waiting for the call on that. Wheeler takes it the distance. 80 yards for the interception return.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 4, defense, return team. They'll take it on the kickoff, 15 yards.
So it is 27-14 with 26.7 left to go, and that's going to empty the stands for the faithful along the near side. On the other side, the construction crew student section, they're digging it over there. There's a guy that put his heart and soul in it in Bison Arthur tonight. Extra point time now.
Student section for Westerville South, the Red Army, always supporting their Wildcats.
Snap, kick, plenty of leg. It is up. It is good. It's now 28-14. And you'll look at the score and you'll say, oh, wow, they coasted to victory. But again, think about the script in week 1 for Dublin Scioto. And again, last week as well, too. Close, but no cigar. And one more time, we'll take a look at this pressure from Hanna backside. Good anticipation.
Great break on the ball there by Wheeler.
The coach is cheering him on.
Telling him which way to go.
Go that way, go that way. Run towards the band.
And again, unfortunately, Coach Johnson's going to have great film tomorrow. His kids flat out compete, Randy. They play hard for 4 quarters. But daggone it, just coming up just a little bit short on the scoreboard there. You got to be impressed with the improvements. You could see that Bison Arthur was really working on taking care of the football this week, making good decisions. That was evident. So you want to encourage them to continue to build, continue to work, continue to compete. But it's tough.
So it's now 28-14. Remember that penalty will be assessed on the kickoff as well, too, for the unsportsmanlike conduct. So you can move up if you're the Irish. Gives you a bit of a break here because they'll be kicking off from the 25-yard line instead of the 40. So you cheat them up as much as you possibly can. Your return man, I would think you'd bring them almost to the 20-yard line.
100%. Yeah, you want to bring them up and put your foot in the ground. Let's create a seam and let's go.
Look at that happy section over there. Worth the drive tonight. You know, if you're a student athlete or if you're just a student, support your high school. Make the drive if it's a road game. Go to your home games. This is an experience. You're not going to get that very often in life, okay? A chance to have some fun on a Friday night in a world that at times has been turned upside down. My God, you've been born in a generation that has to look back on 9/11, deal with pandemics now and everything else. I know at times you're almost hypnotized and mouth-breathing to this world, but go out, catch a high school football game, have some fun, and seduce your parents and your grandparents to go as well, too. Everybody will enjoy it.
Well said, my friend. Well said.
There's your boot. It is high. It's not going to be that deep, and it's going to come down at the 27 and dribble about another 10 yards, and the return's going to get him up to around the 42-yard line. So now the Irish with plenty of work to do and only 23.2 seconds left, down by 2 touchdowns. And for the Wildcats, a chance to go 3-1, and you look at what they've done so far under the leadership of Matthew Christ, and how he's turned that program around. A guy that's now looking for his 31st victory. Turns 37 in October. I asked him, what if you win a state championship? Will you shave the beard? He said, depends on who asks.
And you know who he's talking about.
That's right.
How about next week, matchup Big Walnut, Westerville South?
That should be interesting.
That should be a good one.
We'll have a good one, too. We'll have Dublin Kaufman taking on Westerville Central. We have another cramping player, this time for the Irish at the 46-yard line being attended to.
Kaufman Central at Kaufman? Staying in Dublin?
It's staying in Dublin. I'm staying at the Dublin Hill.
Okay,
no,
good.
No, actually, I'm not. But
I would hope they put you up.
Yeah. No, I'll make the drive to Hilliard and back. But no, that should be fun. We've got some great games in the schedule. And you look ahead to week 9 and 10.
Yeah.
We have week 9 Pickerington North against some school called New Albany, perhaps.
I think they're playing some football this year over there.
And then week 10 we have Upper Arlington and Hilliard Davidson.
I'll tell you, Central Ohio football, the OCC, it's just week in and week out. It's a grinder. You talking about getting the guys ready to play. You could go to come out and watch high school football. Pick a game and go to if you're not really married to a community. But there's so many good games each week in and week out. I can't wait to see week 9. I'm ready for that one now.
Is it Hail Mary time right now if you're the Irish? And you put your DBs about 25 yards off the line of scrimmage?
Definitely going to play is that deep umbrella coverage and look for Scioto to possibly run a little hook and ladder, the Westerville Central miracle, right?
Arthur's going to step up and roll and look and gun downfield, and the pass is caught, and they tiptoe out of bounds to Bauman at around the 43-yard line in Wildcat territory. So that shortens the field and also shortens the clock, too, with 15.8 left to go.
Yeah, and Bison Arthur has a strong arm, so by getting the ball there to just inside the 45, you think he's got a shot to be able to take it to the end zone.
Make it officially at the 44, another Bowling Green State University first down.
Yeah, this is looking like a Hail Mary type of formation.
More part of a triangle to the bottom now. Arthur trying to get some room so he can set his feet and throw, but he's not given that opportunity yet. Now he will gun it downfield near the goal line. Jump ball, and it's caught.
How about that?
For a touchdown by the aforementioned Duriah Moore, who's got it for a score. It's another Ramos Roofing touchdown with 4.9 seconds left to go. 28-20, pending the extra point.
Wow. Randy, that helps. It helps. You can talk to your guys tomorrow in film. We competed. 4.9 seconds to go, and we got a chance. There's 4.9 seconds, but you gave ourselves a chance. You love that they compete. Bison Arts are doing a great job rolling out, turning the shoulders, and letting it fly. And Duriah Moore, after he caught that first touchdown pass, he said, "Coach, let me play."
Yeah, he's shown his propensity to be a big play guy on the outside for the Irish here as the extra point is up and good. So they cut it to 28-21. And now you look for that onside kick and hope you get it back for one play. If you're Westerville South, you hold it with 3 arms. So it's been an interesting fourth quarter, and really throughout this contest, you felt that Westerville South early on with the upper hand with a couple of touchdowns was controlling things.
100%.
Then the Irish got the touchdown, cut it to 14-7. They had a chance to come downfield, a miscue, and then we come back, and Westerville South on a fourth down, they go for it. They throw a long pass, just a little too long. The Irish able to find an answer, and then Westerville South getting the touchdown and making things happen, getting that great interception return by Jalen Weaver, and now a touchdown with under 5 seconds left by the Irish. And again, now you'll look at it and go, wow, Dublin Scioto is in just about every game.
100%. I mean, the score is more indicative of what the game actually kind of felt like. I thought it was like you talked about, a back and forth. Both defenses playing well on the interior, making plays on offense.
It's another Kitchen Saver scoring drive for you. Get your dream kitchen in under a week with a free quote at kitchensaver.com. So that was rapid. 2 plays, 59 yards to get the score.
There you go, my friend.
And then you got Nasir Phillips as well, too, who's had an incredible contest, over 200 yards rushing. All right, so it's onside kick time. And again, you can't overload like you could in the old days of football. Can't put 10 guys on one side. Can you get the high hop? There's the high hop. It's a free ball. It's scooped up by whom? At the 45-yard line, the clock reached 3.9, and the Irish have the ball. They have one more chance. Again, you look for that big second or third hop, and they got it, and the Wildcats not able to corral it. So now you go over to your hook and lateral play, perhaps.
You're either going with your hook and ladder, or you're going to dial up that exact same Hail Mary.
And there it is, that big second hop, floats up, knocked around. I'm going to guess it's 11 who comes up with Adonis Norman.
How about Adonis Norman, 5'10", 135-pound junior. Being aggressive, ball hawking.
Did you ever have one that worked? And what was your play for something like this?
We definitely had the Hail Mary, but we also had the hook and ladder. I thought we had the hook and ladder dialed up against Mount Vernon, I think in 2010. It went for all of 13 yards.
All right, they got it. Trip set to the top, one to the bottom. 3.9 left to go. No timeouts. 46 yards away from pay dirt. Arthur rolling, looking, going for it all. Another jump ball near the goal line, and that ball is incomplete. And that, barring a flag, will do it and give Westerville South
the historic orb that we present, but no fingernails at the same time. They fit them all, and they dodge the bullet, and they get the win. 28-21, a script that only Pat Samonage could write.
Randy, I tell you what, again, I'm so impressed by both teams, how they competed. Dublin Scioto, give credit to their staff and their kids all week long, preparing, understanding. We know our record. We know we're 0-3, but we're just going to try and become 1-0. It didn't happen this week, but again, Dublin Scioto, good things are going to be happening here in the future. 16 teams getting to the playoff now, and now you're trying to maneuver for some seeding. And look out for Westerville South. When you got 21 and 22 in the backfield, weapons on the outside.
Thunder and Lightning, and you mentioned the outside with Wheeler and Penn. And, you know, they didn't even show their tight end game that much tonight. Didn't have to. But
they really didn't have to.
Phillips was outstanding. Time now to check out our Scholar Athletes of the Week one more time.
Ohio Education Association is proud to recognize Central Ohio's Scholar Athletes of the Week. Marissa Saunders is a state champion in hurdling for Westerville South High School. Twice she's been a USA Track and Field All-American. Marissa has a 4.0 GPA. Ashton Wilson is a football captain and varsity letter winner at Dublin Scioto High School. He was best in Midwest football camp as the top tight end. Ashton has a 4.1 GPA. Congratulations to these outstanding Ohio Education Association Scholar Athletes.
And indeed, thanks to those outstanding Scholar Athletes for the great work they do every day. Just think about it. They do about 8 hours in the classroom, and then they get the chance to enjoy athletic success as well, too. We can't say enough for what they do in the classroom as well. And they're just the tip of the iceberg. So many great student athletes out there that you'll see each and every week in our games. And what a contest we had here in this game. You know, go back 2 weeks ago, we had that hard-fought contest between Bradley and Darby, and here we are again in week number 4. It's kind of a Saberhagen thing, you know, every other year for him, every other game for us here. Week 4, what a contest as they get the victory to the Wildcats, making the drive over from just off of Otterbein and coming away with the victory at 28-21 in this one. And again, you sensed early on that they had the upper hand, but they couldn't finish.
They couldn't finish it off.
They didn't seem to have it in the second and third quarter like they did in the first, and then in the fourth quarter when they had to. They got the big play on defense. And you look at the experience they have at linebacker, my goodness, you know, you've got to be blessed if you're Coach Chris. And speaking of Coach Chris, let's go down to him right now. And Matthew, congratulations on the victory. Thank you for making it dramatic. We like soap operas here on the CW, so what a performance by your team. What are your thoughts right now after this contest? I think we lost your microphone, so we're going to try to get that back from Coach Christ here in just a second, because we have to hear his comments too. A guy that has put so much into this program, done a great job of getting everything to work properly, and we'd like the microphone to do the same thing for him too, because I tell you what, when you look at what this team has done, and you mentioned it, Pat, they've got a contest next week that's going to be pretty interesting to see what happens in a squad in Big Walnut who came into action against Delaware. You know, they were undefeated at 3-0, as were the Pacers, but they were up 17-14. Last we saw were the Eagles in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're going to see two really, really good physical football teams getting after it OCC style next week at Westerville South.
And that should be a pretty exciting contest. And then for the Irish of Dublin Scioto, they have a contest next week against Worthington Kilbourne. So that should be a lot of fun. A short little jaunt down the road to take on the Wolves in that Hard Road Classic, and always a lot of fun. We've had a chance to do that contest a couple times to get that exciting piece of asphalt, which is the second most outstanding trophy to what we have to offer here on Friday Night Rivals. So we congratulate him. And if you're Dublin Scioto, again, you know, you look at this and, you know, a tough loss, but by the same token, I think you've seen improvement each week, and maybe the addition of a threat on the outside with more. Let's go down to Coach Chris one more time. Coach, can you hear us okay now, sir?
I got you. You guys got me?
We can. Okay, we can't hear your responses, but Coach, again, we just want to get your thoughts about this contest. Go ahead, pull your microphone back down there, and go ahead and give us your comments.
Oh, I'm saying that I prefer the boring 30-7 games, but I'm proud of our guys for battling and finding ways to win. It's tough to win in the OCC.
Talk about Phillips and what he meant to you. Nasir rushed for over 200 yards, and he didn't do any of those 50 or 60-yard runs. He got the hard yards, but by the same token, he's got that combination of speed and power.
Yep, he does a great job. He rolls off the contact. We talk about hitting yardage as running backs, and he does a great job stealing a lot of those hitting yards.
Hey, Coach Chris, it's Pat Samenis from New Albany. Just want to compliment your defense. Really impressed with your front seven, man. Flying to the football, your linebacker play. Can you just touch on it a little bit, how special those guys are?
Yeah, they're playing with a lot of confidence. They take a lot of pride in being a physical, fast group. It's something we thought coming into this year was going to be kind of a catalyst for us, and they've been doing the job here 3 out of 4 weeks.
Well, Coach, it's going to get ugly now because the presentation of the trophy is going to take place. So we want to hear those guys go crazy as congratulations as being the Week 4 champions of Friday Night Rivals. Gentlemen, the magical orb is yours. Go crazy, guys. Thank you. Take a look at the stats for this contest as they read the trophy to make sure we spelled everything correctly. We normally do, by the way. There's the total offense. And the Irish really crept back up into this contest on the offensive side of things. So you look at it, we had total yardage here that goes over, 700 yards there. And you look at the turnovers. We had none at halftime, but boy, in the fourth quarter we had a huge turnover that was a difference maker in this contest.
Randy, this game, it felt like in that second half could have gone either way. And it just seemed like, by the time the clock struck 0, you look up, and Westerville South did have it by a touchdown. But, again, give credit. Look at that second half production, the total yardage from Dublin Scioto. Really, really impressed. But when it comes down to it, turnovers and some costly mistakes at times.
And you see the 12 penalties, something to coach him up on as well, too, if you're Coach Chris. Reminder, next week we stay with that Westerville-Dublin mix. Next week at Central against Kaufman. We'll have it all right here on the CW Columbus. Sir, you did an outstanding job. Can you come back sometime when we need you again?
I would be honored to come back anytime, and thank you again for having me. Too much fun.
By the way, Nasir Phillips, 32 carries, 201 yards in this contest. Another edition of Central Ohio Toyota's Friday Night Rivals has come to a close, as presented by Columbus State Community College. We'd like to extend a thank you to all of our sponsors, Dean Marini and the Image Video Broadcast team as well, too. Join us next Friday at 7 p.m. when Westerville Central takes on Dublin Kaufman. Our final score, one more time, has been this: Westerville South 28, Dublin Scioto 21. I'll say it one final time. You've been watching Central Ohio Toyota Dealers Friday Night Rivals, presented by Columbus State Community College, right here on the CW Columbus.